Good afternoon, good evening, 8:30. You want this one? This is the old one. Let's get rid of this one. We don't need that one unless somebody comes in.
Right.
Is this full?
His
Okay.
new coffee.
That's his coffee. All right.
All right, here we go.
Boom. Facebook,
Nice.
YouTube, Twitch.
We're
This
official.
is Eric Anderson and Matthew Osborne in the commentary booth right now for Poker House Dallas. We are live. This is the final flight. Registration just ended with 130 entries.
This feels good.
Boom.
Tail end. So we're going to round out somewhere about 240,000 is what we looked at.
It's going to
Bigger
be
than that.
a little bit more than that.
Look at that. So just under 250, but over 240 is kind of where we're looking to predict.
Yeah, it's great.
What a tournament.
150K guarantee.
What a tournament.
It's so excellent. We got a bunch of fun people coming to the table. Katie's game on Wednesday.
Yeah.
She's at the table. Jim Coyle is back. I like to give as many people as possible.
A little heads up bio.
Yeah, well, I want to give as many people as possible a chance to be on the stream, so I don't like to duplicate people. But in a field like this, all the good people are still in, so you're going to recognize some of these people.
Absolutely. We've got MAW, Mr. Williams.
Yep. I'm trying to think of who else was right there.
Yeah.
That I wanted in the 5 seat. Who won the flip? I don't know. You'll see him in a minute. Yeah, peek out there.
Let's see. I see Katie.
Oh, YY. That's the other guy I wanted. So YY in the 7 seat.
Yep.
He's a Wisconsin player of mine.
I don't. Oh, of course. Okay.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know him. No, he's from Wisconsin. He came down here about a year ago. Yep. Katie's got a 0% VPIP.
There it is. She is going to fold her way through this table. We've got a Neil in seat 6.
And, yeah, the 5 seat, the OCC fam hashtag.
Yeah, that's Williams.
Williams, okay.
Mark Williams.
Right on.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike, that's what it is.
Mark. Yep, you got it.
I knew Mike was close, but not quite right.
Yep. Yeah.
Excellent.
This is going to be a fun one.
What do you want to say? We got
like
6 minutes left.
Man, so much. So thank you. I know I said this in the last bit when I was on here, what feels like probably a couple hours ago, but it might have been longer than that. Thank you all for the support of this tournament. So we keep trying to do new and exciting things, and we continue growing our guarantees. I can't wait to see what we come out with the next one. This field of players in our membership base here has continually surprised us with how much they show up. So $150,000 guarantee. We're going to be over the 240,000 mark.
242,520. That's my prediction.
See, this is why they call you the Almighty.
I actually saw it right there.
Genius.
It's on the screen.
It's nice to have a cue card.
Boom. 242,520.
Incredible. $242,520. Somebody is going to have a nice payday, and this is going to be a good field.
It'll be good.
I'm excited for this. So tomorrow the restart is at 1 o'clock.
Late restart because we didn't need to get them out of here at 7 p.m. like
we realized the last time. So our players here especially play
late at the night, and they want to come in the afternoon. They don't want to come in at 10 a.m.
That's right. So they want to have family time. They want to go and do their Sunday routine and then come in and play. But they don't want it to dominate their day.
Right, exactly.
So this was a way to accommodate all the requests that we got. So I'm excited. 1 o'clock start. We got the Cowboy game that's going to be on at noon. So Cowboys versus Lions. That is going to be a probably spectacularly horrific game, but it's still Cowboys.
I'm not a Cowboy. I'm not a football fan, so
yeah.
I don't have any idea what any of that stuff means. The last time I remember being a fan, the Lions were horrible.
All right.
Like 0-16.
Well, that could still be this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't get any better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've never gotten good?
I mean, they had their flashes.
This is like 20 years ago. They weren't good. When Culpepper was throwing passes to Moss is when I used to watch football.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, that's Vikings.
I like it. Yeah, so that that doesn't predate the last Cowboys Super Bowl. All right, so we got both teams that are still questionable after 20 years. Football's exciting. Although the NFC East, for those that follow the NFL, which I know that's not what you're tuning in for, has been really exciting this year to watch. This is the first time I think we could say that confidently in quite a while. But enough football talk. We are going to have it on tomorrow. I just found out from the kitchen staff that's here that they're going to come in, I believe, at 10:30 with breakfast tacos.
Okay.
So $3 breakfast tacos. Come in hungry if you want to come in. They're going to come in and make them early.
Go check out my Facebook page if you want to see that steak burger they've got.
Yeah.
It's big. It's too big.
This is the prime rib burger.
Yeah, the prime rib. Buy it and share it with somebody because
It's large.
It's a big meal.
It's a healthy poker player meal.
So this is the largest flight by just a little bit. We had so many satellites redeemed early that they bloated our early numbers, which is nice.
Yeah.
62, 72, 70, 119, 110 this morning, and 130
I like it.
this afternoon, this evening.
This has been good.
So that brings our grand total. Let me just math this really quick. 62, 72, 70, 119, 110, 130. I'm going to auto sum this. So again, 130, we're going to play down to exactly 13 players.
Great.
That means we will...
We are taking 10%, and our field is paying 10%. So when we all come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the restart, everybody's
You're
automatically in the money. It's always a good feeling. You never want to come back and still not know if you're just spending more time for no money.
I really hate that. 242.
All right.
Eddie Batinga in the booth.
We got our captain at the helm. He's coming back in. We're doing our little shuffle. I'm going to get out of the way here.
Let's do this.
We're live.
Oh, yeah, we're live. We're just kind of leading in the bumper here before the game actually kicks off on our side.
We've got 3 more minutes.
All right, we're going to go 3 deep again. Here we go. So, all right, let's see. We're going to go.
A chair and then we get some paper towels.
Yep. That was our production team going, oh, darn. So we're going to go ahead and correct a few things really quick.
So the good thing is, without a microphone, nobody heard that.
Never a dull moment. They can watch it here. Looks like we're all right. All right. Gonna make some room here. On the upgrade list is to have a more efficient setup in here at some point. We've been rocking and rolling so fast getting everything. And I say we, let's be honest, it's not me. So Eric has been rocking and rolling so fast in here.
Okay, so just a quick question for those of you in the chat. Who heard me yell shucks really loud when I spilled the coffee on the keyboard? Show of hands. I didn't have the microphone on, so you might not have heard me yell shucks. But
It
you
happens.
might have
It
maybe
happens.
heard that. Yeah, I'm dripping coffee out of my keyboard right now. All right,
It's all the rage.
We'll be okay. We'll be fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
All right, so...
All right. Here we go. Shop towel.
Thank you.
The shop towel of success. Maybe that's the next branding thing that we can do. Bring in the crazy towels that say PhD on them. Oh, I can stand for now.
We can squeeze over. I can be right there.
Here we go.
All right.
All right. Take a seat. Pass it down.
In a mess.
Here we
I'm
go.
looking.
Here, I'll do this. That way you can get in first. This is great. This is like Tetris with people.
All right.
This is the
So-
Poker House edition of the Oreo.
There we go.
All right.
Winning.
We're getting there.
Winning.
Get cozy, get cozy.
If I have to pee, I'm just going to pee on the ground.
That sounds good. It'll match the coffee stains.
Right. Oh, so close.
It'll match the coffee stains.
We got about 3 inches to clear. There it is. All right. Success. That might have been
All
the most
right.
Three Stooges moment I've had here. All right.
What mic are you on?
I
we go.
am on 3.
Okay.
11
I'm actually on
viewers,
4.
And you guys are getting the cream of the crop here when it comes to streams. I can promise you, you never see content like this on any other stream.
Definitely.
And so we appreciate you tuning in to see the original creations that we
Yeah.
have waiting for you.
The Asian sensation has to back up a little bit so that they can see.
Oh,
Actually,
sorry.
you know what? We could be done.
No, I just
No, we
blend
still got
in.
time.
Yeah.
All right. We're good. So,
Thank you, Cup.
That-
Appreciate it. Are you on your en route to Poker House right now?
I am.
I'm going to put that right there. There we go. So, I am missing something.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Michael
All
Kelly
right.
liking the stream.
Michael Kelly.
He's always the first.
He is. Welcome
he is
in.
always the first.
62, 72, 70,
119.
119, 110, 130. Right?
I'm just going to nod and say, yeah, those numbers sound right.
So, all right, the prize pool is off by one buy-in, so I'm missing a number somewhere. Maybe somebody found something. Did you find something? You look like you found something.
There was the one player Cash App.
Oh!
And it's got to be put in. And I
Got
think,
it.
and I
That's
can't think
why.
of the name of the player.
That's fine. That
But that's who-
from a different venue.
That's right.
Who cash at me? I have the $500 in my
Yes.
pocket. That's what I'm like. I'm
That's
off.
exactly. Is
I'm
that what
off.
it is?
Yep. So we have actually 131, not 130 in this flight.
Right.
Now the math works out.
Because he came in from out of town.
520. Got it. All right. Hey, transparency and everything.
Yeah, and-
That's why you know we're the best.
And here we are, the beginning of the last flight of Danielle's 150K birthday bash. Total prize pool hitting $242,520.
What?
Matt, what do you think? How are you and Daniel feeling right now?
Elated, ecstatic. What a way to celebrate, and the best is yet to come. So we're going to continue on with this parade. Tomorrow, we've got to get all the proper, good, and tidy business done ahead of time. So we're going to be up late tonight because we want to spend tomorrow taking pictures, screaming, cheering, celebrating,
go.
watching people collect their money that they've built up here. And then we want to see Danielle just have a ridiculously stupid fun time.
Yo,
So
Just
in
is
the
she
la-
gonna be in a
Danielle.
sash and a birthday in a birthday crown at least?
Eddie, in the last stream, I hit that button.
Oh, yep.
In the last stream, I asked her, for some reason that TV turned off.
Yeah, sometimes with the remote, it's gonna turn that one off just
That's
for the record.
Go bink.
All right.
So
You have to turn it on for. There we go.
I asked Danielle if she was going to have cake, and she looks at me and goes, "There better be cake here."
Oh, whose responsibility
There
is
was a
that?
second half to that sentence.
So I don't know who's was supposed to have cake, but there better be cake here tomorrow.
Or everyone is fired. She made it very clear.
Oh,
'Cause there better be cake here tomorrow.
it's a good thing I'm not on staff. I'm good. Saved. Saved.
Okay,
So
so
about the salary you were asking for, we're going to start it tonight.
Yes.
so we're going to cut that in half.
All right. So this stream is up and running. Thank you guys for being patient while we troubleshooted a few things.
Here's what I wanted to show you. The reason we picked this table, the guy sitting down right now, Yao Yin, he's one of my guys from Wisconsin. He
Okay.
played in the Mid-States Poker Tour. He's got like 5 final tables. He's just a crusher up in the Wisconsin area. I saw him on
WSOP this summer. Did you hear about that? He tried to bluff the reigning world champ
oh no,
on the river.
This guy did?
Yeah.
Awesome. I didn't hear that.
I
at
actually
all.
watched it not live, but on the delay.
Right, on the delay. Yeah.
He did the whole like jam on the river and like stared down Karai Aldemir, and then Karai Aldemir tanked for like 3
Soul
minutes and made soul read him, tank called, picked up some chips, ended up I think Karai Aldemir he had one of the best back-to-back
Runnings.
runs on a deep, especially with this. It was the second deepest main event.
Here we go. The fireworks have started. So we've got MAW Mark Williams with ace 10 suited, shipping it all in for $10,000. He's got to collect chips.
5 big blinds, good spot, good hand.
Yep.
All right. So
Because it's stacked up short, he could get called light.
Craig
Even
took,
the 9-10, I think, has a really favorable chance here.
Yeah.
Craig took a picture of YY and put him in the 6th seat, calling him NLJ.
Hi, yeah.
So he's got the wrong picture in there.
Oh, Mark's got the heart draw on the flop, still ahead with the ace. So now we've got,
Still has the best hand though.
yeah.
Tammy Vanny liking to shoot one of your
There it is.
one of your traveling dealers. Gonna be a chop pot.
Go, Tammy. There it is.
And apologies for the viewers in the chat.
Yep.
The 6th seat is Anil with the wrong photograph. Hey, you picked up some chips though.
He did. He did. So as we were saying, when it comes to the action tracker, there's quite a bit going on, and we have it's an organized kind of circus environment when we have a multi-table tournament of this size going on, along with everything else in the room. And also, we are in the midst of training our production team and training them on the action tracker and the protocols and how to set everything up. So not everything is pristine, perfect yet.
We're so close.
But you see the improvements week after week in tournament after tournament.
Yeah, when you go back and watch the Summer Bash relative to right now, the past few flights, the improvements have been over the moon. So
Yeah.
congrats to you, Eric, for doing a good job of getting us trained.
Hey, here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Practice, not perfection.
Tammy Venny in the chat saying, "Go, Katie!" One of our dealers here.
Yep, she is. That we already did that. That was 10 minutes ago.
Okay, just
When it
kidding.
was locked up.
She's still one of the dealers here. Oh, you're talking about the camera locked up. lining
Yes.
up. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, the camera's locked up 10 minutes ago, and we fixed it just a couple minutes ago. So we're going to be locked on this screen. Yeah,
Which, luckily, because you guys widened out the shot, we still have
we're
a
not stuck on one person.
Right.
We've got half
Yeah.
the table.
we
still.
have half the field here on this table that we get to watch.
And that was all Eddie Batinga.
Well, and here's a cool thing though. When we get these additional cameras, not only we're gonna have the flop cam, that pretty much everybody's gonna have their own camera to a certain
Absolutely.
extent. So
Yeah.
again, for those viewers in the chat, apologies. We had promised here in the booth that we were gonna have those cameras installed.
We do have the cameras.
we do have we have the
have all the
cameras.
equipment.
We have all the equipment.
So-
Even
Eric,
attempted to do it.
yeah, Eric and I were here to midnight both nights trying to get that go. Eric trying to troubleshoot Australia, the original.
Yeah, the software creator.
Yeah, software creator just couldn't get it, so we went back to this 4-port switch, which is why sometimes the camera is getting stuck. That won't be an issue going forward. Hopefully, starting Monday or Tuesday. Are we looking to install it Monday? Or are we gonna take a day off?
I would say day off on Monday, recover, and come back hard on Tuesday.
I'm down with that.
Good.
Yeah. So we just saw Mark pick up another pot. So back-to-back pots. He went from 10 bigs to 14. So he's going to inch his way back in. He's playing the short stack really well and connecting cards when he needs to, I guess, here in the clutch.
And that's the thing. Playing a short stack, a lot of people think you have to get it in right away. If you're patient and you pick your spot, you'll be fine.
I'm going to delete Annal's
Picture.
picture.
Yep.
Because it's wrong, and I would rather have no picture than the wrong picture.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You can't switch the pictures and stuff like that, can you?
Like stock photos.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. Let me look into that.
Good question, Matthew.
Look at that.
Does anybody call you Matthew?
Go team. You know, so I introduced myself as Matthew, and this has come up a few times.
Do you really? I didn't know
Some
that.
people, yeah, so I go by Matt, and it's very specific. If you are somebody that I am endeared to, or a friend of mine, or just somebody I see on a regular basis, I prefer Matt. But when I introduce myself and I say Matthew, I've gotten in the habit so many times of having to explain or correct, because when I speak, I have to slow down here. I speak really fast naturally.
Me as well.
I'm from the East Coast, and so I brought it with me. And when I used to say it, you know, I'd say it really fast. I'm like, hey, my name's Matthew. And they would always go, oh, your name's Nat, like Nathaniel? No, like Matt, Matthew, Matt. And I would go back and forth and get annoyed. So now I just introduce myself. I'm Matthew. And they go, oh. But from then on, I can go by Matt, and they get it.
I have a funny story. Andrew Rubenberg, also from Wisconsin, two-time MSPT champ, goes on Facebook as Andrew Rubenberg. He's actually from Chicago, but he won 2 events in Wisconsin and
Nice.
Minnesota. So some friends I've known for 6-7 years on the tour, and I saw him in a bar situation afterwards, and people would call him Andy, and it made no sense. I'm like, no, that's Andrew, and I was like, are you Andrew or Andy? He goes, Andy, but he goes, my friends call me Andy, but you can call me Andrew.
Nice.
That's greatness.
And what he meant was he's professionally Hendon Mob. When I report on him, it's Andrew, but yeah, my friends all call me Andy, but you can call me Andrew. And I was like, oh, I'm not
Love
your
that.
friend? Because I go by what they put on Facebook.
Sure. That's great. Yeah, so I do get called Matthew, but very rarely.
This is really buffering, and I don't know why.
Yeah. We had this issue a couple nights ago.
We did. I'm going to,
Looks like we're going to go multi-way to this flop.
Yeah, it does.
after this hand, I'm going to restart it,
Okay.
and we're going to lose a couple of minutes here just because of that, and I don't know why.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and we appreciate everyone for hanging on.
Mark Williams here with the ace 10 kind of limping in. I would have liked to see he had about 13 big blinds. Would have loved to see him get the action
Neil
flat.
with the wrong picture of Neil, who's coming in with the set of sixes. And now we've got an open-ended straight draw with Jim, also with a pocket pair of sevens.
Yeah, I'd like to see him take the betting lead here. Looks like he is. About exactly half pot. Very neutral size betting.
Yeah.
When I see that bet size, I feel like it's one of those here, I don't know what size to bet here, so I'm just going to bet half pot. Now, Jim open-ended here, double blocking straight draws. Doesn't have a heart in his hand. Only person with a heart, Mark Williams, under the good
and
plus
he
one.
ships for the draw.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him in this spot.
Yeah.
This plays to his hand really well.
But
Very neat.
Neil with middle sets.
Yeah.
Very disguised middle set because it's just limping in. Now, a lot of times when you're limping in early mid position, it's like those pseudo type connectors, smaller pocket pairs, which he does have. Jim was the pre-flop aggressor in this hand. I mean, Neil's just going to have to call here.
Yeah, and I can picture the narrative here being that Jim probably has an overpair to the board.
Yeah.
And he's
Right.
trying to protect it.
For sure.
And or
Hand like
he's
ace-8.
representing, some kind of
Draw.
heart-suited draw.
Yeah.
Could have some sort of
Maybe
combo draw.
ace-7
Right.
hearts.
That's exactly. And so I think in his kind of range, you expect all of those things. And naturally, this is how it's going to go.
Jim's still enough outs here.
Yeah.
Neil not having hearts.
I mean, he's not
It's-
far
it's,
behind.
It's 60-40 right now.
Yeah,
Super
he's very,
close.
very live. I don't blame either of these moves, regardless of the end result. And there it is, set of sixes holds.
And Jim eliminated. Good game, Jim. I know.
I'm gonna quickly restart the stream. We're
Gotcha.
still live, so go ahead and keep
Oh, we can still
talking.
talk?
Yeah,
Oh.
we're not gonna go away. We're just gonna have to restart.
I
the
didn't know you could do
stream.
that.
I didn't either.
Hi, yeah.
Look at this. We're learning new tricks.
Fancy. All right, so since we're waiting for the stream,
I'm gonna
let's
do
come
this.
up with a game for the last flight of Danielle's 150. Let's give away more stuff. So I didn't know if I told you this, Matt, but been texting Frankie from Next Gen.
Okay.
He said he's got a bunch of shirts that I don't know if he's going to bring up tomorrow, but
We
he's
got
like,
some next-gen swag?
yeah, so he's like, here, I got a bunch of these T-shirts, I got a bunch of, that we give away for free. Why don't you throw them in there with the merch? So everybody's going to get something Poker House related and Next Gen related.
I like this.
So let's come up with a game, all three of
Let's
us.
go.
I'm not creative. Did Eric tell you the game that he
No,
came up
I
with?
haven't told that game yet.
Did he
Or I
tell him
haven't
about the
told that
game from
story
last
yet.
flight?
No.
Okay, so I made it to the feature table
With 11 blinds.
with 11 big blinds.
Ooh, stop bragging.
His game was, when is Eddie gonna bust out?
We made it through one orbit,
Gross.
and Eddie goes, he does a little happy dance, goes, yay, I made it to hand 10, I made it to one orbit, because he had 11 blinds, and all he did was fold, 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 shove pre, fold, 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 shove pre, fold, fold, yes, I made it through an orbit. And so I said, here's a game. What hand, it's hand 10 right now, what hand will Eddie bust on? And we had 23 and 27, and somebody said, he's not going to bust, he's going to bag.
Who said that? Who said that?
Step up.
Who was the person that said I was gonna bag?
Claim
'Cause
your throne.
I am giving. Oh, and I told you since
Oh,
I
the
bagged
5%.
Yeah, I'm getting 5%. So I need to go through the use. I'm
Oh.
not. So somebody's getting 5%.
Are in the money. I
Yeah, I'm in the
forgot
money.
about
So
Right.
that. So that
I will-
5%.
Not just somebody, but it was a
New
shared
yeah.
for all new subscribers.
all new subscribers
So this
effective
happened
flight
on
A.
Thursday.
Correct.
We made this declaration, and I say we, but you told them that
Okay.
if you bag,
Yeah, we're good now. Yep, I had to restart.
if you bagged,
good.
then you would share 5% of whatever it is you won out of the prize pool with any new subscriber from Thursday forward.
It had to be specifically the YouTube though, because we're trying to.
We're
Let's see how
trying
many-
to grow the show.
Let's see how many. I think we're over 600 now. Let's see where we're at.
All right. So if you're just now tuning in, we are trying to grow
You're still
this.
eligible. I mean,
Yeah. So we're trying to grow this.
people are probably waiting. Like, let's see if he's bagged. We don't want to subscribe to another YouTube channel. We're like, oh, he bagged. Let's
did bag.
subscribe.
I like it. So we got to get over 1,000 subscribers. If you have friends that have not subscribed, they like poker adjacent, they might want to watch or listen from time to time, it helps us tremendously. If you can reach out to them and have them subscribe on our behalf, this is the kind of thing that we need to do. It helps us monetize the stream through YouTube, and add advertising, things like that. That helps us now bring in more toys.
Yeah.
New upgrades.
And you know, okay, so Rounder, he's on the Twitch. He's from South Florida. He literally tunes into every single.
I
So
love it.
I'm going to send him something, just because he always participates in the chat.
Mañana hey, I don't know what that means.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna have to use Google Translate for that.
We, you know what? We have a asset who is a new tournament director.
We
Iliad
do.
could probably tell us
Oh.
what that means.
He probably could. We have a bilingual tournament director, which is tremendously helpful. And I guess not one, we have several.
That's true.
So in different languages.
I forgot how I was gonna look. Oh yeah, I'm see how many YouTube subscribers we have. Let's see. I know we're over 600. We're at 612. So at the beginning of the tournament, the beginning of Flight 1A, before I
It was
gave
in the
away
high fours.
it was like 510.
There
So
you go.
we picked up 100 subscribers over the last 3 days. So
You guys are doing good. Thank you.
continue to do that. Like and share it. Let us-
Interact.
yeah. Let us know how we're doing in the booth. Let us know how we can improve overall.
This is the fun stuff.
Yeah,
We
this
love
is definitely fun.
Thank you guys once again for bearing with us while we re-upload everything.
So is there going to be a new link, or is there going to be?
No, because we're on this link. All they see now, they're still watching the same link. All they see now is a clock countdown instead of the
Oh,
stream.
okay.
So we kept OSB up,
Gotcha.
and I just restarted the other thing.
Okay.
So they're still watching the same thing. We've been streaming live for 26 minutes.
And killing it.
I got you.
Killing it.
We've had a lot of activity in the chats.
You know what? It is a lot of the same people, and I love it because we can count on them to interact. So they bring the fire, they bring the heat. They've got commentary on their own side. So the chat, if you have not been following along with the chat when we do our live streams, you're missing out. They really kind of create their own thing.
I know mañana is tomorrow.
It's probably good luck. Mañana.
There's a question mark though.
Well, they use question marks in weird ways.
So I don't know if he's saying good luck question mark, because are you wishing me good luck or not wishing good luck?
So
Which one feels right?
anyone notable at this table? Katie's game.
Yeah, relative to Dallas, yes, but I mean, you're probably not going to know. I mean, you're from South Florida, so you're not going to recognize.
Well, he's talking about any PhD streamers that he's seen for the last 6 weeks.
Well, in that case,
I don't know who's.
Mark Williams in seat 5.
Yep, you'll recognize
Katie,
him.
I believe, in seat 9
Yeah.
for sure.
So Rounder Katie, yes. I think a few minutes Min, Eric, and I grabbed some dinner real quick. We rushed back here, and then I was like, "Hey, we're like 4 minutes away from the end of level 8. We need to pick a feature table."
The only repeat player we had was Jim Coyle, and he
Yep,
busted
just
out
busted.
Right before we restarted the stream with pocket 7s against pocket 6 on a 5, 6, 8.
Two hearts board, yeah. So
Right.
he flopped open ender.
We have a common tournament. That's what mañana hey torneo común. We have a common tournament? Question mark. So I Google Map that. I mean, not Google Map. I Google translated that. So Eduardo, we have a common tournament.
I like it.
Okay.
We're not entirely understanding, but we do appreciate the comment
Yeah.
and the contribution. So sometimes we're just not adept enough to understand everything. We try our hardest and we fumble around with it.
Eduardo, where are you commentating from?
And while we wait on him to respond, let's throw this out there again. If there's anything you want to ask us, tell us. Put it in there.
So yeah, we got to come up with a game.
We do have to come
Last day one flight of Danielle's 150K birthday bash prize pool hitting 242,000, just over it. So I don't know. We got to play down to 13 players tonight, so I'm not
like
good.
it.
I'm not creative with coming up with a game.
I'm trying to think on the fly.
I mean, the easy thing is who's going to get the biggest chip bag? What's
Yeah.
the biggest chip bag going to be?
Well, speaking
I'm not
of,
gonna lie. I like your game that you had last flight with me in terms of when I was gonna bust.
What hand is he going to bust?
Love it. I'm not even mad about it. I think it's hilarious, actually. Gosh, I don't know. It's a good game. Oh, so yesterday we couldn't come up with a game, so we awarded merchandise to someone to come up with a game, and then whatever game we chose,
That person won, and then we're gonna have a game for the second.
right?
What was our game? Who's the next? Not the next person, but who's the next person to bust out what seat number? And we spent 5 minutes trying to track everybody because wait, this is YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, so they were all saying, you can't pick 4. Lego already said 4. Oh wait, that's in Twitch. So we're making charts and stuff. I said, wait.
Just scroll back up.
I said, let's wait till the guy busts and then
Just scroll back up.
Answers. Then we'll scroll up and man, we just wasted like all this time trying to figure out.
Yeah, I was like stressing out. Like,
we're getting better though.
Yeah.
We are
getting better.
Trial and error.
So just 2 more minutes to go before we get to see. Unfortunately, in that 10 minutes, something might have happened.
Yeah.
We might have lost a player.
so with a minute and a half remaining, Matt, let us know in the chat and let Eric and I know what was you and Danielle's vision for this specific tournament, especially after the success of the 100K Summer Bash tournament.
So we knew when we were designing the next tournament, and it was pretty close together when you think about the timing of it as the last one, that it was such a fun vibe in the room that we didn't want to go too much time without another kind of marquee event. And when we were looking at the schedule as a whole and where we wanted to promote and what was kind of circulating around it, we were looking at other area clubs and tournaments that they had already discussed and promoted. And then we also were looking at the series that's coming up just north of us. Mm-hmm. And so when we were planning around it, left a small window. And the one that made the most sense when we circled it was Danielle's birthday. So it was such a fitting.
And she's like, we can't have a tournament there. That's my birthday.
Right.
That's the have perfect Danielle's
time.
Birthday bash.
And it just kind of became born out of that. So we created the birthday bash. We knew we wanted to brand it, put her picture on there, and it just got bigger and bigger. And when we talked about it originally, we were thinking, all right, let's do another 100K. It's natural. We just did it. And that discussion lasted all of about 3 minutes when we collectively just decided, no, we had no problem with the 100K.
Yeah.
They wanted a bigger field and a bigger tournament. So we did a little bit bigger.
We made it 200, and so we don't want to go crazy and like guarantee 200 because but let's go 150.
We're building.
Yeah.
And so,
And we made it 250.
And so that's kind of the plan going forward is, right, we wanted to go a little bit bigger, show the increase, build on the excitement. So we got to 150, knowing full well that we had every expectation that we were going to get over 200.
All right.
We just didn't know where we were going to land at that point and how much over.
So
obviously 92K over, so good job.
Right. The team here has really been standout exceptional. It has not been flawless. We don't really anticipate any event being flawless, but I could not be prouder or happier of the team and their execution of this tournament.
I've told Eric this a couple of times. You guys are a relatively new club, been open just a little over a year, and for my profession, I'm a CPA. I also do consulting on startups, mergers, acquisitions, blah blah blah. You guys are at that weird phase where you already went through the growth phase, but now you're in that in-between phase where maybe you didn't have some policies and procedures in place because the staff in the room was small enough to where you could kind of handle it.
Yep.
Kind of on the fly. But now that you guys have had some exponential growth, a lot of it doing with the live stream, a lot of it doing with the next gen partnership, you're now at the point where you're like, we got to take a step back, kind of reanalyze this thing. Obviously, post the birthday bash, but
that's exactly what it is. In my mind, when I've talked about this with other people, it's taking a popular song that you like and just deconstructing it, pulling out all the unnecessary pieces, and reestablishing the foundation now for what the room is today.
Dude, that was deep, bro.
Right.
That was super deep. I like it. That's a good analogy. I was like, deconstructing a song. That hit my soul.
That's what we're doing. And now we're going to go to Danielle's deep voice.
Yeah.
Rawr. Yeah.
Here we go. So we are currently about 51 players or so. Currently in level 11, about 5 minutes left. The blinds are 1,000 small blind, big blind, 2K, big blind, any 2K. Oh, here we go. Nestor in the cutoff.
Yep.
Just going to rip it for 6.5 big blinds. See if he's gonna get it through.
No.
Looks like he's gonna get it through.
Gary, I've never seen play on the stream. He's
Okay.
new to me. I met him tonight.
Okay.
It looked like Mike Coetta, Sticky Mike to those who have been following different
Sticky
streams.
Mike, he's been on the
So
stream.
he
was in the
introduced
first
him to
summer
me,
bash.
and they play in some other games outside of here. So this might be Gary's first time on the stream.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah.
Nets are gonna double up here to about 28K. Gonna get him to about 13 big blinds. Justin O still in good shape, about 33 big blinds.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Eric's vision in terms of the live stream? Live streaming multiple days a week, kind of low stakes cash in all flights of a tournament versus other rooms, not just necessarily in the area, but across the state and across the nation, who generally only live stream higher stakes cash games and final tables of tournaments.
Right. So for me, I mean, everybody out there knows I'm easily excited. So it's not hard for me when I start saying, this is exciting to me. I like the identity that Eric has established with this. So going after a lot of games that give I was going to say every man, but I guess that's an outdated colloquialism.
Recreational players.
There you go. So to give the average recreational player an opportunity to do what the greats do and what the pros do and feature your game on the stream, something that you can actually have friends, have family go and watch and sweat with you and replay it.
Yeah.
If there's an incredible hand, you can actually go replay it and then give your thoughts on what you were going through. I think this is a fun kind of tweak to what nobody else is doing.
Right.
So
It's a lot of work and expense
my goodness.
that most, as a business, you would say the juice is not worth the squeeze
Right.
for doing this, but I like it.
I do too.
And I'll do the work.
And you will do the work. Yeah, you have.
I definitely want to be involved with that. Oh, Ace Jack with Gary raising 10. Only had 35K. I would have liked to see him squeeze that hand. Had about 15 big blinds. Even though a lot of people overvalue a hand like Ace Jack offsuit. And in this spot on the tournament, on the button, when there was limps to you, that's a pretty standard rip. You definitely would have been taking down the blinds, but elects just to raise here. He does take the pot. And it could be one of those things where a lot of people know that he has a small stack and he's kind of putting a third of his stack in there. He must be pretty strong. That he's probably not going to fold to any raise or re-rip. Still in a good spot. Here, a Neil, 200K, almost 100 big blinds all the way down to Mark.
Katie right up there at 121,
Yeah.
60 big blinds. That's awesome.
Good job getting the phone. He's like, what's going on? Okay.
Yeah, it's the new players.
I think and a lot of people, especially since they've never played on a stream, that doesn't even cross their mind.
No, and they don't understand. Like, specifically, I live on my phone.
Right, me as well. I think we all do in this age.
I mean, if I'm like playing Trivial Pursuit in a bar, and they force me to take away my phone, I'm not playing anymore.
Right.
I'm out. Not because I want to cheat, but because I want my phone. It's my
You're used to
pacifier.
multitasking. Yeah.
And you know,
I'd be lying to say I remember what the stats are on this, but somebody did a study, and it's within the last year or within the kind of rehash of the COVID aftermath, and they discovered that the average person now in the U.S. specifically looks at their phone. I want to say it was like every 13 seconds. It was like an insane stat line.
yeah. So
Probably true.
Apple phones will track your screen time.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what my screen time is?
Oh,
Yeah, I think-
wait. Don't read it out. That's our game right there.
Ooh,
We
Wes,
just
Eric-
did it.
let's
Eric's
go,
killing
man.
it. All right.
So what do we do? Like the percentage or what?
I don't know how this works. So,
I mean, I can see it, but
Yeah.
Hours
oh no, you got to
per
guess.
day.
Hours per day, and this
in
is
minutes.
average.
In
An
minutes.
average.
Yeah, minutes and hours.
Yeah, minutes and hours, and
Okay.
you can't go. Price is right style. You can't
Right.
go over. If you go over,
As
you
close as you can without going over. There it is. So that's our contest. So join in. And just to reiterate, real specifically, the contest is how many average hours and minutes per day does Eric spend with his screen time looking at his phone?
like to see him rejam. Okay.
Let me see your phone, Gary. Gary. I don't know why I said Gary.
Man, I don't
Eddie.
look like a Gary,
No,
but that's
you
fine.
don't look like a Gary. I don't even know why I said Gary.
Shucks.
That's just weird. Who's that? One of your kids?
Yeah, going to be a raise and rejam snap call. Nestor in danger of being eliminated. Is pretty much going to need a queen and a queen only. We got one viewer in the chat.
Yeah, we got some.
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
What?
Nestor's flopping
Wow.
the joint on this hand, and going to be a much
my,
needed
and
double.
neither one of them have a
No
spade, so
spade.
there's no sweat there. Oh my goodness.
Devote. Oh,
And Nestor much needed a double up. And Neil thought he was playing it, Snow playing his jack.
Wow.
we had two huge hands last stream. One guy flopped quad sixes on a 6-6-8 board against Pocket Kings. Pocket Kings loses all his chips.
Right.
And the other guy,
It was like three big hands, pretty much back to back.
Yeah, the other big hand that I'm thinking of, a guy is aggressively playing nothing that ends up with a flush and shoves all in, and the other guy thinks, he goes,
I got to think about this for a second.
oh, hold on, hold on a second, sorry, I gotta think about this. There's a
It's a four-liner to a straight
Jack
flush.
10, 9, 8 of diamonds on the
Those
board.
clubs
on the
clubs.
board.
Wow.
He's got the queen of clubs. He's got the straight flush, and he goes, hold on a second. I got to think about this, because for all his chips, and in his mind, ace of clubs beats me, queen of clubs, king of clubs beats me. I just have the queen. He goes,
Wow.
Hold on, I got to think about. And he goes, oh, dude, I'm sorry, I did not mean to slow roll you. I got a straight flush.
Yeah. He's so, like, I was in the 9 seat and he was in the 8 seat.
My goodness.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, guys. I'm like, dude, I don't know if you turn up the mic. I'm like, dude, take your time. It's a big spot. Then he looks, he's like, oh my God, I have the straight flush. I call.
Brad guesses 4 hours, 35 minutes. What we could do.
Okay.
I was going to say over under, but
We can do it over under. We can do over 10-minute over under.
oh yeah. That's
5-minute
fine.
over under.
6 hours, 50 minutes from
Rounder Rick from South Florida.
Rick.
So Brad
Yeah.
works in on average day. So Brad, let's write this down.
You don't have to because I already know the answer.
Yeah, I know. So we just scroll up,
So
right?
I know who's going to win.
So for those viewers in the
So
chat, what is
it
the
is hand 17 right now. Answer before hand 20. So you've got 3 hands to answer. 17, 18, 19, 20. You've got 4 hands to answer. On hand 21, the guess is done. And then second, we'll guess what is Gary's.
Gary,
What is
yeah.
Eddie Batinga's
I don't
screen
even-
time.
I don't
Oh,
even-
you know why? One seat, Gary. I probably looked at that when I was talking about you, and my mind just said Gary.
I mean, I don't look like a Gary. Oh, we got Pocket.
Look at this.
He's gonna re-rip it. Has the best hand. And Neil thinking he's getting a pretty decent price with suited Broadway cards.
I mean,
It's only 11K to call. It's only 5 big
Yeah.
blinds. 6
Yeah, I
big
think
blinds
he's
to
got-
call.
oh my goodness,
Oh.
I would have been very speculative on
Except
that
for
one.
it went raise, call. So that
did.
might have slowed him down.
But for only 11, I think I would have had to have at
Yeah.
least peeked
yeah,
the flop.
until Gary rips it on you.
If he does. We haven't seen that kind of aggression out of him.
Well, he
Yeah.
just raised and had a call. So, I mean, you got to be afraid of the back raise. And now you donated 12K and you have to fold.
Justin also going to make the call as well. Getting a decent price to set mine with pocket threes. 3 players going to the flop. All with pocket pairs. Let's see what happens. Mark all in. Looking for a quadruple up. Oh,
Oh,
my.
all club flop.
And he does have
Mark
the best flush
stays
draw.
ahead with the best draw as well.
King 10 of spades is in bad shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark's still in the lead. Even if a club hits, he'll have the best club.
It does not.
I know the ace is not a good card. He probably thinks he's beat.
All right, you have to show all cards. That is a TDA rule. There
Yeah,
you
all
go.
cards are showed. Mark with the
Yeah,
baby. Celebrating to the poker gods. Nice hand, Mark. Getting up to now 20 big blinds. Was down to about
4.
He was
yeah.
done. Oh.
Yeah, he was down to 4 bigs. He is inching and clawing his way back up in this.
And that's the thing. Like I said, a lot of people, when they get under 20 big blinds, they kind of get into panic mode. And they just shove. When you can actually open fold. You can open rip, open fold. Open open call to a 3-bet rip or a raise rip.
Right.
Yeah. Me, I snuck in last flight. I just know my spots 20 big blinds or less relative to position and how players kind of been playing. So, I picked my spots well, I believe. Here, Andy here, new to the table. +2, Justin just calling under the gun +1 with 7-8. Andy going to get the rest of his chips in 30 big blinds. Little big of a rip for 30 bigs. Scott, for so far through the end of flight 1E, 2 double baggers, right?
2 double baggers.
Yeah, Ethan Wilson and Gary Six Killer.
Yep.
If you're a Neil here, I don't think you can make this call.
I mean, he didn't do the call with the King 10. Now I'm curious if he's going to overvalue the Ace Queen. And that one would surprise me, I think, more than not calling with the King 10.
Yeah, and he does make the call.
Yeah.
58,000. He didn't call 12K, but he calls 58,000.
And that's, I'm a bit speechless.
And Andy,
I would love to interview him at some point and
Well,
understand.
see, so it might have been because with the 12K, it was a raise, call, re-raise.
Right.
And he's afraid those
And
other
the
guys.
unknown
Yeah.
element behind him.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Andy flopping top pair here.
Yeah, but this is something.
2%. He's
Yeah, and that's it.
quick double for Andy.
Yeah. Now going to be up to 60 big blinds, and Neil's still an okay spot, 50 big blinds. Again, Andy's rip was really big, 28, 29 big blinds. With a hand like Ace-King suited, especially in early position, such a strong hand, especially plays well post-flop. Don't normally see players ripping 30 big blinds in that spot, even though there was a limp behind him.
Right.
Now, with that being said, it worked out in his favor because Anil called off with Ace-Queen and giving him the double up, but
That's typically not going to happen.
yeah, under normal circumstances, you're not going to see that. You're not usually going to see an open rip for 30 big blinds in EP early position. Like, what was his name again? I don't remember. The guy with AC.
Anil?
No. Anil made the call.
Oh, Gary?
Andy, yeah, in the
Andy,
3C.
okay.
You're usually not going to see a open that big and then a call from Ace Queen. So, and Neil picking up some hands. Let's see if he's going to if he's going to raise here.
Yeah, the 10s here makes perfect sense to me.
This is a hand that needs some protection.
Not a lot. I'd go like 7.
Makes it 20. That's a really big raise there. 10x.
I guess I would have just gone a little bit.
Yeah, he could have made it like.
Under 3 just to give some people an opportunity to get to a flop.
Well, there was a lip behind, so he probably could have made it somewhere between 8 and 10K. Now with that, a lot of players are very scared to play hands post flop
Right.
with 9s through jacks.
Right.
And a lot of people just want to take down dead money, which that's fine, right?
To me, that's less exciting, only in that I love post-flop play.
Yeah.
It's what I enjoy most about Hold'em.
Yeah. And that's the thing. People make it seem like it's really difficult to play 10s and jacks post-flop. It's really not. If you actually break down the hand, break down the ranges, break down position, stack, depth size. I mean, I'm talking about all this, analysis type
Next
stuff.
gen
Yeah,
analytics.
but they're not as difficult
that
to play.
graphic went fast.
Yeah, that's action tracker fault. He hit go too soon.
Yeah. So when the hand ends, right, you hit next hand, and then usually a screen pops up with either chip counts, and if it's a tournament, the clock. If there's no tournament, then it's just chip counts, right? And then you hit go
Yep.
for the next hand, and then Scott starts dealing
So
whenever.
you want 20 seconds between the time you hit.
Yeah, next and
I'm
go.
done and start next.
I like
hand.
it. And that 20 seconds is what we're using to read the graphic and discuss
Exactly.
it.
So if
Makes perfect sense.
If the action tracker gets distracted or something and doesn't hit, I'm done with this hand in time.
Right.
Then there's not that 20-second gap between the time he has to hit. Okay, I'm ready for the next hand.
And it
that's-
also gives the viewers a chance to kind of see the chip counts.
Yeah.
And then we have a setting here that after 20 hands, every 5 hands, a new statistic comes up: VPIP, aggression frequency, pre-flop plays, blah blah blah. blah. Cumulative winnings for cash, and kind of where they're at in the tournament.
All right, so we see Rounder now commenting in this. He says, I feel the problem with raising so big with tens is you're more likely to get called or raised by a hand that you're losing to.
Yes.
Anything that's calling you right there, you're in trouble.
Right. So you lose value by
Or
only
you're
collecting
flipping with like ace,
Yeah.
king, ace,
these small pots unless you're losing. And I agree with that.
That is spot on. I also agree. We are on hand 20.
So I think the
21.
next time a stat comes up, and the next hand 25, 26, see if Mark's going to make a raise. Just limps, pocket nines, and EP.
Yeah.
Would have liked to seen him open to,
I mean, he's got
7.
enough chips now that he could open a little bit
Yeah.
and still have a decent stack to play.
Yeah, raise it. Katie's going to make the raise. I have a feeling Gary's going to come back and re-rip. Ace-Jack suited on the button.
If that happens, because that makes perfect sense to me.
He's either going to fold or rip.
If you're Mark, how do you play your stack with only 37,000 now left?
And he just makes a call, leaving himself 16 behind.
Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
Happy
Birthday girl.
birthday.
Hey. Hey,
Coming
girl.
We got a fourth headset if
Come
you want
on,
to join
girl.
us.
Go.
Did she say yeah? Oh, Benny, huh? Oh. We can hear you in the chat. Just FYI. Yeah.
I like secrets too.
All
You
right,
have to come
guys
in
just hear it?
tomorrow. Birthday girl, we're going to get you a sash and a birthday
Yeah.
crown. I mean,
See-
I'm not. I'm not going to lie. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm just saying that.
Oh, you setting her up.
Hi, my
Yeah,
bad.
so
Andy hits
we
a
heard it
king.
here. Danielle said she's coming back in later, and we know we're going to see her tomorrow.
Yeah.
Andy hits a king.
See?
Katie hits a queen.
Look, the bug
Gary's
got her.
got the gut shot. Mark has less than bottom pair.
Now, with Mark limping in right there, he knows now he can get away from this hand.
Right.
But again,
right.
He loses the minimum.
yeah. I mean, limping.
I'm not a fan of limping.
Yeah,
often.
I agree.
I just either get in because you have belief or you think you can steal the pot away or get out. But limping really just does not leave you with any true sense of where you're at.
And Katie with the raise after an open.
I mean, I
two and
like
a-
it. Nobody's
yeah.
really going after this hand.
She does have a queen and has the ace of spades blocking the nut flush.
And it sets her up for a potential steal on the river.
And he's going to just have to make the call here.
You would
You
think.
can't fold top pair to a single raise.
But for
It
the way this hand played, I think
player
there are
player
kings that are
dependent. I'm
bigger.
folding to Katie.
I agree
Yeah,
for the
that's
record.
exactly what I'm thinking
And
too.
he is new to this to this feature table.
Top pair, no kicker. I am definitely folding to Katie.
Yeah.
You know what? I retract my statement. I agree with both of you. And you know if a spade comes out on the river, it's going to be bad news for him because he doesn't have any spade holdings. So
Right.
he's
Katie-
unblocking.
Katie made an 8K pre-flop, and Andy just called, and then it went check on the flop.
Right.
And then when Andy bet, she raised him.
Gonna make the
He
call.
does make the call. He doesn't like
He
it at all.
does not like it.
Katie can 100% steal this right now.
Yeah. And their stacks
long
are
as it's not a
pretty
king or a
closely
10.
matched. They have almost the same amount of chips.
72K in the pot. If it's not a king or a 10, she can bet.
Perfect cards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And she doesn't have to go all in here.
She's got the ace of
So
spades, so
she's
she
got
knows he
plenty.
doesn't have the nut flush draw.
Right.
He's going to go check, and let's see what size Katie's going to use.
I'm going to say 55,000.
Yeah, that's a good sizing.
That's a big bet. I would
That's
say
definitely
little-
not a river
40,
you want to bet and block bet.
40.
Bet for value.
23 is too low.
A little small.
That's very much a call me bet.
Third pot. Would have liked to see a little go, make it a little more. I mean, it is definitely a
I
small
wanted
size.
smaller than the 50 you guys were saying.
Yeah.
But 23 is too small.
Yeah. So now I think her only hope is that she can get into his head and make him think that she hit the
Yeah,
flush.
that she's got.
That she was building a pot on the turn.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
and
Rounder
connecting
says,
the
what
draw.
is Andy beating here?
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're betting with a queen. You know, King Jack. King Jack beats me.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's
He's-
quite a bit. There's a lot of two pairs
Ace king.
here.
She could have definitely have ace king, even though
Oh
he's.
wait, listen. They're talking. Katie.
Katie with the table talk.
Well,
Yes,
he
speech
said,
play.
why? He said, why did you check the flop? And she goes, because I thought he was going all in. I'm calling now if I'm Andy.
I am too.
Yeah.
When players start chatting a lot, it's to me a sign of fear.
Yeah.
The other one I always look for is when they say, I'll show you.
Oh, I believe you. It worked.
Oh, speech play for the win.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of table talk.
Which one? I'll show you which one.
Hoping that she shows the ace of spade. Yep.
Oh, that wasn't an accident. Hey, which one? Doesn't matter. Oh, the ace of spades. Is that the one you want to see?
Yep.
You were crushed. Good fold.
Look
Yeah.
at this. That's next level play.
Yeah, I definitely don't talk table talk. There was a hand earlier where I'm on the button with aces, and I open. Guy 3-bets me out of the small blind, big blind folds, and I just re-rip, and he tank calls, and he's like trying to talk to me. He's like, show me one. I actually had my headphones on. I'm just like, I always pick, if I'm in an all-in situation, I pick a spot on the on the
Stare at
board
it.
and stare at it. Don't move. Control my breathing,
Yep. I do the same thing. Or
and then he folds.
I say I do the same thing. I do one of two things, and it's either that or the complete ridiculous opposite, where I'm just going to stare right at you and smile my biggest smile to just be off-putting.
Yeah, touche.
I'm not going to talk. I'm not doing anything else. But I just want to take you out of your thought process and interrupt it.
I'm situation dependent.
Yeah.
Depending on who I'm playing against.
Yes. Now, I've also been known to do really stupid stuff.
Kirby should be re-ripping it here. Middle position open from Nestor. Make a call. I think you ship it all in.
Yeah, with 13K, I mean, what else are you hoping for?
I think Nestor's gonna call. Can find a call here.
I do too. I would not be surprised. I would hate to see a
And then he re-rips it.
Oh,
re-rip.
that's exactly why Andy doesn't call there. I mean,
Right.
in that situation, because you're afraid of the re-rip.
So now 54K.
Yeah, and that's based off that line. It's a correct fold.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I
gonna.
actually did this in Vegas, and the players that folded got mad at me for blowing them off a hand that would have won.
Oh wow.
And I said it wasn't an accident. I didn't want to go 6 ways with
Queen.
this guy.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Both getting a piece of this.
Yeah.
So 6 is no good anyways. Didn't matter.
No spade. Once again, spades
He's a
are
queen,
trying to
right?
come out. Yeah.
Nestor losing some chips. Kirby chipping up.
Ace gets a double plus some.
About 15 minutes left remaining in level 10. Small blind 1500.
Okay.
Big blind 2500.
I'm
Big
going to add a
blind.
question.
Okay.
We are on hand 22. but
22.
We didn't talk about the screen time because that big hand was in there. So, okay. So we only have 2 guesses. 4 hours, 35 minutes, and 6 hours, 50 minutes.
Okay, so we have 2 games going on. We're giving away free merchandise, chat.
Without telling you who is correct, is Eddie Batinga over or under Eric? And yeah, that's it. So
So is Eddie's screen use over or under Eric's?
I know the answer to that.
I think Eddie's is under.
JJ getting in the mix, opening ace king offsuit to 8K.
I am really surprised at my screen time though.
Damn.
7 hours, 21 minutes.
That's what it is?
Yeah, per day.
Oh, wow.
It's normally much higher than that.
I don't know how to check that on an Android.
Mine's 644.
Oh, well, thanks for ruining the game.
Oh. Rounder wins by default. By default, because he was the only one to get an answer.
I was going to say Eddie is under, and how much is he under?
Yeah, well,
And it was only like a half hour.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, we can. All right, here, let's do this. What is your most used app?
For me, it's probably a
How do you-
toss-up between Poker Atlas and Facebook.
How do you go to that?
So we go back to
Oh,
settings,
gotcha. I gotcha.
And most used. Facebook, yours is 2 hours, 10 minutes a day. Mine is 3 hours, 26 minutes a
Sometimes
day.
I watch these like 20, 30-minute clips for the record. Oh, a little bit of a hand developing.
Check this out.
Andy flopping top pair with ace kicker, but JJ flopping the nut flush draw, rips his whole stack over bet spot.
I like it. I do that.
1.5x. Gonna put Andy in the blender. Andy coming into this table, getting him put in tough spots.
I found mine and I was wrong.
What is
See?
yours at?
Way wrong. So I'm at 4 hours and 8 minutes, but my most used thing is Monopoly.
Monopoly. How long are you on Facebook?
An hour a day.
How long is Eddie on Facebook?
2 hours and 10 minutes a day.
How long is Eric on Facebook? 3 hours, 26 minutes a day.
There you go.
So, messaging, I'm at 58 minutes. Eddie's at 58 minutes. I think that's just because we sit and text each other all
That's
day.
true.
I like it.
And then Google Maps, 25 minutes.
Does that count the time that you're actually like driving?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
When I'm using Google Maps when I drive.
Andy in the tank here.
What top pair, top kicker, no draw. He could be drawing dead right there.
Yeah.
All right. Fun.
42 players remaining in the last flight.
We're
Needed
playing down to 13, so we got
13,
29
baby.
to go.
I'm going to go do some reconciling of satellite
'Kay.
seats.
Woo. All right.
So I'm going to leave you two alone.
right.
Hey.
What's the over? Okay, for those who just to get players to engage a little bit. What's the over under? Guess the time of what time this flight's going to end. It's a big game.
I'm going to say 12-11.
12-11. Last night we ended, just for the record, with a slightly smaller field, 119 players, and we're doing some shuffling around. Oh, it's a good thing.
Woo.
Got him.
Stop flirting. So last night ended when?
12:48 p.m.
Huh. Info I wish I would have had before I made my guess.
Yeah. So 12:48, and we had 119 players last. Now we are taking more players. We took 12 last night, so I guess we're only going to take one more.
Yeah.
So
But I'm going to stick with it. So 12-11 for me.
we'll go 12:35.
So we have
5-minute over under.
All right.
Those of you in the chat, let us know what time you think we're going to end this evening for free merch, next gen merch, Poker House merch.
I can't wait to see the next gen merch.
You've seen it. They wear it when they play on their streams on Sunday.
I figured.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool.
And I text Frankie this morning, and I just said, if you're going to... I actually forgot to say... he and I were texting this morning. I forgot to remind him to bring some tomorrow, because since he bagged Flight 1. All right, so... I am going to write these down because I don't want to scroll all the way back up at the end of the chat. So this one is actually one that I'm actually write down.
Buddha says, hi, guys. Good to hear from you.
Tammy's thinking 12:27. Matt, you said what time?
12-11.
12:11. I said 12:35.
All right. Moving right along. Once again, 42 remaining.
Round to
29
Rick.
still have to go.
Round of Rick, I'm just going to put RR for you.
Yep. We see the birthday girl herself. This is birthday eve today, so her official birthday is tomorrow.
So she will actually be at the conclusion of this flight. It will be her birthday.
Yeah. There we go.
I think we should embarrass her when she's here.
She said she's coming back in.
Oh, she's going to come join us?
She joined us earlier.
What?
You missed it.
Time
and
out.
not only that, so I put her on the spot. We got her to come in under the guise of just come in and say hi. She comes in. She whispers to me. She can only stay 10, 15 minutes because then she's got stuff to get done.
Okay.
And then she has to leave. She had plans. It's her birthday, it turned out.
And we have an all-in here from Justin O. I like the shove here with
Yeah, I do too.
about 14, 15 big blinds.
Yeah.
Definitely the bottom of your shoving range and middle position with that stack depth. It's going to be very hard for players to call off with any marginal type holdings.
And so Danielle came in.
Ooh, JJ in a tough spot. It's a decent hand to call with.
Yeah, I can see the race with that just because of the chips that he has.
King Queen suited. It's kind of a hand you can call off with.
And so she came in and she turned 10 minutes into almost 40.
Good. Okay, I want to call her out because I tried to get her in the booth during the summer bash. Didn't want to come and said she's not made for the radio. Then tried to get her at all these other points to come in and said, I wanted to introduce both of you to as a co-general managers here at Poker House.
Right.
Before the tournament even started, I said, I'm going to get you in the booth. She said no. And then the one flight I'm freaking playing in and running
That's
deep
the one
in,
she comes
that's the
in.
one she comes into the booth.
You wore her down,
I guess.
and we got the benefit.
Touche. No biggie.
So then she popped her head in here just a little bit ago and said she will absolutely be
Let's
back
go.
in just a little bit later, and she's truly going to also be on the stream tomorrow.
100% she's going to be on the stream.
Yep.
All right, Mark should be getting all the remaining of his chips in. Just going to limp with pocket nines in late position.
This is
Definitely
the
a
second time we've seen him limp with a hand like this.
Yeah, and again, that's a hand that needs some protection post
It does.
post flop.
So there's a little bit of a fear play, I think.
Yeah.
Where you're not wanting to bust, you don't feel confident in your hand, but at some point, and not to be overly critical here, because it's easy to say we get to see all the cards,
Right.
but you do have to pick your spots because you want to get out of this short stack range and build a stack that you don't have to just sit here with these decisions.
Yeah, you're not behind too many hands, and yeah, you may be flipping at best, but with 10 big blinds, late position, pocket nines is a pretty standard mandatory jam.
Yeah.
And again, Mark's more of a cat. I love Mark. He's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Not too experienced in the tournament arena, so probably still trying to navigate how tournaments play. Again, there's a lot of players here that I've seen that are generally cash players.
Right.
But
That enjoy tournaments.
right, enjoy tournaments, taking a shot at 150K, knowing that this price will now, as you see right there, over 240,000.
Right.
So I don't blame them for firing a bullet or two. So, you know, for those in the chat, tournaments and cash play significantly different. Cash, you know, your dollar chip value, dollar for dollar.
That's right.
Right.
And cash, you can make a mistake.
Right.
And choose to pay for that mistake and come back in with a stack.
Justin with aces does not need a rip. Can make it small. A little big sizing. Slightly over 3x. It's okay. Oh, Nestor's gonna get the rest of his chips in here. Gonna be a
Yeah.
snap call.
So Justin will be in position to potentially almost double. Yeah.
Here's a snap call from Yao.
Yeah. Classic race.
No, Justin's like way ahead.
Here we go. 78%. Ooh.
Some outs
And-
there.
Yeah.
Some straight outs. Nestor needing a 10 or queen. Oh my goodness. Now Justin need ace or 10. Oh, and
Full house. Queens, fully kings. Nestor cripples Justin.
yeah, now Justin down to 4 big blinds.
Wow.
Actually going to be coming into the big, no, he's about to be under the gun. Yeah, under the gun. Timmy's saying the 2 hands at a time. Yeah, we mess with the settings a little bit, mess with the skins kind of
I've
midstream.
noticed this is a nice compromise.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. And again, I think it's a nice compromise. So we've seen now just one hand at a time, and it went too fast. We've seen all the hands at once, and we know that both of these are kind of polarizing options. So seeing 3 at a time, and it's the 3 in succession, I think it's kind of a cool feature. So nice upgrade for this stream.
Tough spot for Justin there. Yeah, he's going to get it in.
I mean, his value is right now. He doesn't want to get it in as a
Big boy.
blind.
Yeah.
So this gives him the most value in the pot. Doesn't matter what the cards are.
I mean, his hand's going to be
It's
probably
playable.
anything that's calling him, right? Unless pocket 8s, pocket 5s are going to call, he's going to be live against those cards. Oh my God.
These two again. So now Justin's going to try and do the same thing back to Nestor.
Oh my goodness. Waking up with back-to-back premium hands.
My goodness. Yeah, Queen's last hand. Ace is this hand. Oh, and
Katie gonna
Katie's
sneak
feeling
it.
frisky.
Yeah, going to sneak in. Okay, checking in the dark.
Yeah, she's hoping that she just flops something that could really get her in this hand. So it's an easy hand for her to get away from. It was a
Right.
speculative call.
Justin needed 6 or 10.
He's got more options than he thought he had.
Double gutty. Has a 5.
Yeah, so now a 5 helps. Did not come. Ace
And
and 7 with
eliminated.
the
2
jack.
back-to-back tough hands here. Justin, good game. I think now we're down to 40 and some change. Low 40s, if not 40. 41 players left on your end. Nearing the end of level 10. Going to be going to level 11, where the blinds will be 2K for the small blind, 3K for the big blind, 3K big blind ante. And I like these levels where the small blind is not quite half of the
Right.
big blind. You can see a lot more. You can call from the small blind. You can call a little more wider. Is that did I say that grammatically correct? Your calls can be a little wider, knowing you're getting a really good price out of the small blind. Yes, that was good for the stream. Since you guys aren't managing, Eric's been here, so when I'm not helping with the live stream, I'll play a little bit.
Sure.
Have a lot of people coming up to me saying what a good job we're doing on the stream, and you don't know how many Facebook requests I've been getting and phone calls when I'm here working.
I can only imagine.
There was a couple of guys said, "Hey, are you guys gonna have a stream tonight?" And I said, "No, we're trying to set it up, but next week we'll put me down for that list." Okay, cool. Get you down for the list. We need to put together like a database. Is
We
what
do.
do.
We do.
Definitely help.
Stream.
I can definitely help with that.
Okay.
What are some other compliments that we've gotten? Gosh, just a bunch. A lot of the players like the 1-2. Okay, so a couple weeks ago when we had Kim on for that VPIP game, we actually didn't have a full tape. We didn't have a feeder table at that point.
Right.
We did announce it 24 hours before we did it. Didn't have a feeder table. Whatever. We weren't sure how it was going to go.
Woo. I see you, Tammy.
Tammy, none yet.
Yeah, keeping us focused on the real question.
Yeah, Tammy, you can be first.
Oh.
Hi, before you go to Yahtzee.
All right. Eric just put it on the table.
Gary gonna rip the rest of his stack. Pretty standard rip. 3 big blinds on the button with a suited ace. Could get called light here from Anil. Getting a good price. He's already 3K in the big blind. And Anil live with his hands, with his specific holding.
He absolutely is. Now, with the 103, it's only 10,000 here, and that's the thing. I think there's a lot of hands. There's a wide range where I would probably consider calling because it's only 10,000 I'm facing against, and I feel like I have a flip opportunity.
Right. And I believe, okay, there was the board didn't come out on time, so there it is right there, getting an ace to hit the flop.
So as you can see, we're down to 40 players.
Oh, so going back to that VPIP game, the next Saturday we barely had a feeder table, right? We've been kind of changing how we were going to structure the VPIP game. The next Saturday we announced it about 10 o'clock in the morning, which is earlier than normal, but we just wanted to make sure we were going to, have a feeder table.
Right.
We had 19 players on that list.
I know.
And it was originally not supposed to be a VPIP game until we saw the list, and you guys had just came back from Vegas. You guys were in a little meeting. I walk in there. Let's see if Gary's going to rip with his hand. If it's me, I'm ripping.
Yeah, I mean, with
Suited wheelhouse
28,000
card.
left,
Oh, get all your chips in.
yeah, that's not how I would choose to play it. But let's see what the result is.
Yeah, and again, when your stack size is that small, when you have less than 10 big blinds, 15 big blinds in a spot like that, yeah, you're going to invite players in with that small sizing. Gary flopping a super monster combo draw, top pair with the nut flush draw. Eric's trying to find his keys to his vehicle, trying to squeeze in this little.
Oh, there's right there.
Where? Oh my gosh, I didn't see him behind the water. Gary gonna play this a little frisky here. Oh, now Andy picking up a little bit of deceptively playing his hand, trying to let Andy catch up, knowing that he had a significant portion of the lion's share of the equity. Now Andy picking up a 10. He's been put in some really tough spots since getting moved to the feature table.
Oh, yeah.
Against Katie, where he folded the best hand. And he folds
And
good
he
fold
folds
there.
Here, yeah.
So going back to that, we had 18 players. We made it last minute to be a VPIP game. And we kind of put some last minute procedures and protocols in play. You know, decided to make it a 4.5 hour. She made an hour and a half rotating.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah. Went relatively smooth. Now I'm literally, there was one day, I came up here early that Saturday morning just to get some work done because, you know, right before my deadline. I think Tiffany was working the front desk. She's like, I got somebody calling about the stream. Can you come answer the question? I mean, Tiffany doesn't sound like that, for the record. I'm not making fun of her, but you know, she
Not
asked.
at all.
So yeah, I'm literally, all these people want to come play this VPIP game that Eric came up with.
Yep.
We'll resuming cash games next week. The next time after tomorrow, I promise, more than likely, it will definitely be, I say definitely, I would be willing to bet that we're going to have all the cameras in place and figure out this ATEM and running some. We may run like a test stream internally, kind of like a sit and go just to see.
Right. And test it all out.
Yeah, test it all out. Definitely run something internal.
So I've said this before. When it comes to the live stream, there is no like box plug and play kit,
Right.
where you follow the Lego directions and you plug everything exactly the way the picture shows and it's up and running. So there's a lot of troubleshooting. There's a lot of components and moving parts.
Right.
So to get a stream up and running is a tedious challenge.
Right. I had a friend call me from Houston. They work in a room in South Houston, kind of towards Galveston, and asked about the stream. Like, yeah, they think it's going to be cheap and easy. And I'm like, bruh, come up here for a couple days, hang out with us while we watch the stream, and you're going to see how difficult it is.
Not even wowed.
I wouldn't even say difficult, but it's more time consuming. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Time consuming, and you're definitely going to need a lot of hands on deck.
Yep.
You know, anybody can come in the booth and do what we're doing right now, but in terms of running the tracker, the dealing, setting up the software, troubleshooting, the reason I'd stayed so late with Eric, you know, Monday and was it Tuesday, Wednesday before the tournament started, was because obviously he knows everything related to the live stream just in general. After him, I'm probably the second person, and that's not really saying much because I've only been helping for like 6 to 7 weeks now.
Right.
So the fact that I'm like, the second most about it just goes to show how young and new we are with our stream. So
Absolutely. We're in our infancy.
yeah, Kirby flopping middle pair here. Couple players with diamond draws. Anil and JJ, not with much of anything.
Yep.
Having all equity below 5%.
Brad, it was Eric who won the screen time contest, I guess.
I think like 7 hours and 7.5 hours.
Almost 8 hours.
Yeah, 7:55. Yeah, and I had 6:44.
Right. Now, who was the member who won? That might be his question.
I don't know. I can scroll up.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and see.
I guess technically Rounder won. 'Cause 6 hours. Rounders won so much stuff. We'll just airmail it to him. So Rounder, I gotta write your name down.
It's in the pipeline.
Rounder, I have this little yellow notepad on me, and it says Rounder Rick times. I just added ×2.
Nice.
Definitely, we'll be getting with you Monday or Tuesday. We're definitely not going to focus on sending all that stuff out, but we'll do it Monday or Tuesday. Don't worry, Brad. You'll have your shot at winning stuff. I've asked this before in the chat. What do you guys and girls think about us streaming all flights? Obviously made that deliberate and purposeful just so we can get our stream out there, A, and B, want to do something a little different for all our players here.
Yep. Blaze a new trail.
Yeah, I like the call from Jerry. Getting a decent price to set mine already, being in the small blind.
Right.
Only 4K to call. Heads up to the flop. Yeah, this is going to be a check, bet, fold.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that the ace and the king is the hand that hits his range right here. Let's see if JJ's going to turn his deuces into a bluff. No, he's going to check here. It's going to check, check. Interesting that Andy's not betting.
Andy appears to be a very passive player. He's not afraid to get into pots,
Yeah.
but he does not show aggression
Yeah.
on his post-flop play,
Right.
is what I'm learning.
And I think if you saw me towards the second half of the stream, I'm either folding or ripping it.
Right.
And the thing is, to be honest, I think for the most part, until I doubled up to 20 big blinds, I was anywhere between 10 and 12 big blinds. And when you get in that territory, it's pretty much, shove or fold. But again, a lot of these players are recreational, here to kind of have a good time, hopefully take a stab at this price pool. I have put in a lot of time. Lately, I haven't, just with regular work and, helping with the stream.
Right.
When does the Asian Sensation merch come out?
Ooh.
Yo, that's dope.
Now we're talking.
Man.
I know a guy.
Yeah, man, that's dope. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Now we got to start designing it.
Yeah, and you know what, Ron? I agree with that. Some players are nervous playing on the stream the first time and better experience. And, yeah, right. I agree with that. I'm very comfortable playing on the streams. It doesn't bother me. I think, I got a text from Tammy, and she was saying that, congratulating me on making day 2, and she said she was a little nervous for me, and I'm like, nah, I've been in this spot before. I pick my spots, and if I get it in and I win, I win. If I don't, I get busted out. I played my heart out there was a bunch of times where I got to anywhere from 8 to 15 big blinds, and I just grinded it, and snuck in. So these spots are very familiar to me. I wasn't very happy. I fired yesterday's morning flight, and I reflected back, and I really actually played really poorly. I haven't been playing a lot. I used to play 4 or 5 days a week. I'm down 1 to 2 days a week now.
Well, yeah, because you spend the rest of your time here.
Yeah, and I haven't really played tournaments either. Been playing a lot of cash, so I just missed some spots, overplayed some spots. I fired the first bullet today. Was not happy with how I played. Took a little 5-minute break, and I even text Kim, and I was a group text between me, Kim, Hayden, Jim, and Dory Coyle. And when and I gave myself a 5-minute pep. I call it a 5-minute Kim pep talk because she gives you legit pep talks.
Right.
She doesn't coddle, and I'm like, I like that. So I gave myself a stop playing like a weenie, and it helped. So snuck in. Andy flopping top pair. See what size he uses. Small size, 1/3 pot. Pretty standard. Has the best hand.
Mm-hmm.
Block straights. Kicker's not that great. Yeah, good there. Man, are you working right now, or are you just listening to the stream? Or is it Min? That's a Win. That's Min right there. The Win family. That's Min.
Oh.
Shouldn't you be working, bro?
So Min did finish up. He was
Yeah.
the morning
TD.
flight TD. So he offered to stay, and I told him that if it looks like that everybody is under control, then he should leave and conserve his energy. And prepare for a fun day tomorrow.
Yeah, day 2 restart, 1 p.m. We will be having a featured table. I think last time, if it's very similar to what we did for the summer bash, we're going to wait till the first break and let some people bust out and get down to about, how many players are we going to have now?
54-ish,
Yeah,
if
so
I had
there's
to guess.
54
Something in that neighborhood.
And probably in the first 2 hours, we'll be down to 30 players or so. So
Yeah.
could be down to the final 3-4 tables.
Yeah. So 6-7 tables max.
Yeah.
So for the restart.
So we don't want to put somebody on the feature table for 1 or 2 hands and then have to rotate players in and out. Just kind of let the small stacks bust out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can make a couple double up and maybe get on a feature table, make a deep run tomorrow. We'll see.
If you've never experienced a day 2 of a multi-table tournament like this and a multi-flight tournament, the first 2 hours play very, very fast.
Very fast. I agree.
So players come back. They the short stacks usually don't have either the resolve or the wherewithal to want to try and grind out a small
Yeah.
stack. And so it gets in really, really fast on a wide range of hands, just hoping to double,
up.
triple up, and have a fighter's chance of building a stack, or just take the min cash and go.
Right. And I'll say this. This was a tough. It was not terms in the. It was any tournament's tough, right? But the fact that you guys were only taking 10%.
Right.
Made it even more difficult because a lot of WSOP is 15%
Or
some
12% now.
Yeah. Some other rooms, like in Houston, there's a room where top 12% or top 12% cash, but only 8% make it to day 2, but you still cash from 8 to 12%. But to make in order to make day 2 and min cash, you have to be at 10%, which makes it really tough. So it narrows the field down a little bit.
Right.
Here are pre-flop raising percentages. A lot of people at this table are taking more passive lines pre-flop. If it was me, I'm opening a ton. But it's really funny. My cash game and my tournament game is really, really different. I'm really aggressive in tournaments.
Right.
Right? I mean, which is why I'm 4 bullets in.
And conservative in cash.
I'm pretty passive in cash, and I don't. And the reason is I know I can get players to fold in tournaments because they know their tournament life is on the line.
Right.
Now, maybe not so much pre-close of registration, but post-registration, I'm like super aggressive. Actually, I'm just aggressive throughout the tournament. But in cash, I can be aggressive, but I'm still gonna get like 6 callers to the flop.
You are.
So it makes navigating post-flop play multi-way very difficult.
Right.
Here we are, two ways to the flop, anti-flopping top pair. And about 40% flop. Maybe hoping to target a jack there. Mark not having much of anything. The word is knit for cash. I'm super. Man, I've told you, it's so funny because I get 2 polar extremes now when I'm playing cash. Right? Most of the players know that I'm in the booth, so they know that I analyze hands, they listen to me, they talk about it, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it super kills my action, and sometimes players know that they just want to go against me and get it, you know, they just call me light. And I'm like, bro, you just called me with 10-4 offsuit. I'm like 3-betting out of the small blind, and like my VPIP's like 15%. I'm not 3-betting light. He's like, I just wanted to see a flop. I don't fold pre-flop. I'm like, all right, whatever. Oh, man, I think I can ban you or put you on timeout.
Ooh,
Forgot I have YouTube. I have
shots
YouTube.
fired.
I forgot I had
You got
YouTube.
credentials.
I have YouTube moderator rights. Thinking about doing it just to be a. Man, we are staying in the same place tonight, so. Nesser opening up
So
to
this
8K.
hand is opening up pretty quickly.
Pretty standard open from +1, 8K.
After this hand, I'm going to disappear and go grab a drink and come back.
Okay. Gonna be flying solo for a little bit. No worries.
I've got little legs, so it takes me a while to cross the floor.
Okay. I mean, you and I are probably at the same size. What are you, 5'3", 5'4"?
5'5".
Okay, I'm 5'3.5".
So essentially the same.
You heard
You
about
have hair.
Yeah, that's true. I think you heard about the story about the hotel, right? When you checked in?
I did.
That was a nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
And we were like all on tilt because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and I wanted to punch someone in the face.
This happened to me one time. I was in the room, except I used the latch.
And they couldn't get in.
They couldn't get in, but just the noise was enough to kind of jar me.
Yeah. I bet you that lady put the latch on last night.
Yeah. I'm religious with the latch.
And Min put it on last night and the night before also. Probably going to see, maybe Andy's going to peel one. He's got, some straight draws, some backdoor club draws. I'd actually like to see him peel. Yep, I like the call. In position. It's going to be going heads up to the turn.
I'm actually surprised by Andy with this. this is another one that just kind of makes me a little confused. I like it, but it stands out to me
Yeah.
based on how he's played other hands.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. I'm okay. Yeah, Nestor was the pre-flop aggressor, but and he had middle pair. He's in position. There's a lot of cards on the turn that improve his equity in the hand where he can continue and see where. Now he can't continue. He's gonna have to lay it down here now. Yeah, Nestor hasn't been playing. The hands that he got in all pre-flop were aces and queens or something against
Power
yeah,
premium.
Justin. So for him to double barrel here, I think he was a pre-flop aggressor. I didn't quite. Actually, he was. He made it 8K. So for him to open and barrel the flop turn, he definitely has an ace here. Yeah, and good lay down by Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Andy getting just put in some tough spots since getting moved to this feature table.
He really is. Yep. All right. I'm going to go grab me a drink, and I'll be back in just a few minutes.
All right. Could you do me a favor? Could you give me a coffee with 3 French vanilla? Thank you, because Eric spilled half of my drink earlier on. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be flying solo with me for a little bit. It's Eddie, the Asian sensation. Glad to be back in the booth. Long week. Oh, make sure the camera's stuck. Yeah, Renner, she definitely used the latch. For sure. And it was, thank God it was a woman. I don't know if there was anybody else in there with her, but we walk in, Min's ahead of me, and we're just out of it. And then, like, dude, there's a bag on this couch. And the lady just, I think just so tired, just says, hey, excuse me. Would have loved to see Gary just rip it. It's definitely a hand. And you can tell by the play of some of these players how inexperienced they are from a tournament setting. It's not that they're bad players, it's just their spots. I mean, if for those viewers in the chat, you know, I'm not saying this to brag by any means, but you guys saw me sneak into making day 2, and I still had about, goodness gracious, I think there was 40 players left, and we were bagging 11, and I moved to the feature. I think there's 37 or something like that, and I moved into the feature table with 11 big blinds and grinded and snuck in. Yeah, 11 blinds is auto rip. You know, you guys saw the hands that I ripped. I picked my spots. I know my pre-flop shove, my pre-flop shoving charts. See, if Gary would have ripped here, right, he's taking down this spot, and Nestor's not going to call. But now he's losing chips because he just didn't re-rip it. Yeah, good fold there from Gary. Not much he's beating. Again, as players are going to go back and watch this. They're going to hear the commentary. They're going to say, oh, that's a rip. You know, again, I feel like my game is better suited to tournaments. I do know that cash, quote unquote, brings home that money. Our short stacks, Kirk, Gary, and Mark, all under 10 big blinds. Nestor now with the big chip lead after picking up 2 big hands with 2 premium hands. No, I 100% agree with that. I think there's a factor from from a number of different things. One, I would venture to say that this is Andy's and Gary's first time ever playing on a live stream, so they're nervous about playing on that. And they know they're kind of close. And here's the thing, they're kind of close to making the, no, they're not really close to making day 2, but God is gracious. In a blind versus blind scenario, Nestor picking up aces. Wonder if JJ thinks that Nestor's making a move. Gonna make the call. I don't blame him for making the call here. Oh boy. Look at this. Flopping top pair. He's got 2 pair now. Definitely gonna get a call. Oh, he's gonna come back and check raise. Oh, timing tell from Nestor. JJ can't like that. He had a big timing tell with that hand. Okay, Nestor's gonna, yeah, Nestor's a good laydown. And if, I mean, Tammy, have you dealt to me at all since you've been here? I pay attention to everybody, everything. Sometimes I may not look at your face. I may not be looking at you, but I see everybody's hands in my peripheral vision. And not because I'm Asian. Don't be thinking that, y'all. But I just do pay attention to people on the table. I'm very, very, very cognizant of players' player tendencies, players' timings, players' bet sizing. Touche, Tammy. Yeah. I mean, what? So it's a check, bet, check raise, 4-bet rip. Like, Nestor never has bluffs there, especially with the hands that he's been playing. Definitely lost out some potential value there. Could have just smooth called turn. I mean, smooth called the flop based off that action. Unless he was worried about the diamond draw, which, again, we talked about that in the chat here. Whoa, a couple of players with some big hands. JJ with kings, Anil with... Oh, and wow, this is the time that Andy's going to pick a spot to be aggressive. Neil's just not going to call here, especially after there was a 3-bet from late position from JJ. Obviously, Neil should fold in this spot based off action. Oh, yeah, I remember that hand. Sorry, Tammy. I when I'm playing, I usually don't pay attention to the dealers. I pay attention to the players.
Woo! Shots fired, Tammy.
Oh, is he gonna tank call? Oh no, he's gonna snap. Okay, he makes a call. Jack 10 diamonds. It's a good hand to 3-bet bluff with.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, he just picked a bad spot.
Yeah, I just picked the right.
But he didn't know that.
Yeah, he just picked get such a tough feature table and stream for Andy. He actually has.
But he's got options.
Yeah, he's gonna be live. Although JJ is gonna be blocking, double blocks Broadway, blocking diamond draw, having the king of diamonds. Dang.
Woo!
Tammy Vanny about to be in timeout.
Uh-oh. You two flirting.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, oh, I thought he had snap called.
Wow.
He's messing with the truss.
Yeah, somebody must be leaning against it. All right, so we can hear the chit-chat.
Oh, my gosh, and he gets there.
Look at this. Talk about running pure.
Yeah, look at that. See if another diamond comes on. Drawing to flops diamonds, gets a double up.
Look at that. You see him happy?
All that bad run and from earlier in the featured table gets it in with Jack 10 suited versus Kings. Pretty much dominated for a good, I don't remember what the percentages were.
Yeah.
Flops a flush draw, but also giving JJ king high flush draw, having to sweat it out from the flop to the river.
There it is. They do not put him in the deck if they can't win. Michael, stay tuned. We've got Brian about to come into the box. Next hand. You were asking earlier and waiting patiently.
Michael Kelly in the box.
Michael Kelly
Your
is in
dad
the stream.
tuning
Brian
in?
Kelly in the box.
What a flop for Andy there. Oh, again, we've had a number of viewers in the chat that have joined since we put together this game. So every flight of this tournament, we have put together, quote unquote, a game for the viewers in the chat. We are giving away free Poker House merchandise plus next gen poker merchandise courtesy of Frankie. Yesterday, talking to him after we both busted out. We busted out like 3 minutes, within 3 minutes of each other. So this last flight 1F, what time do you think we will end? So last night, say we had 119 players. We ended the stream at 12:48 p.m. There's about 30 players left in this last flight, cutting down to 13. Give us your guesses. I got Tammy at 12:27. Got Matt at 12:11. I have myself at 12:35, and I have Rounder Rick at 12:41. 5-minute buffer. Okay, so here we go. JJ gonna rip the rest of his stack to it.
Look at this. Who doesn't have a 9?
Oh, all the 9s are dead. Man, I pray to God it's not 1:18 a.m. Oh my God,
Wow.
I would hate my life.
Man, I was wrong. Come back to work.
Don, if it's 11:57, I'm gonna give you extra
118.
merchandise.
We're gonna have to sub out and bring in the graveyard team to take over.
Yeah, I am. Man, me and Eric are the graveyard.
You are the graveyard.
All right, let's see where we're at here on this hand.
I am on the sunrise team.
Men going 118. No, actually,
Ooh.
that's actually relatively early relative to last time. Okay, so
Donna's saying 11:57. She's picking aggressive play. I like this, Donna.
And JJ gets there on the river, goes runner for a straight, gets sucked out on the prior hand from Andy. Gonna pick up some chips. Gonna get him just to 10 big blinds. Man, are you taking a nap? Okay, hold on. Let me get back. We got Min saying 118. Donna saying 11:57. Chase saying 1 a.m. So we're gonna. I guess we'll do that based off. I'll know when it ends because I'll see it on the clock because we have the clock live in the booth with us.
Yeah, we've got Raylene saying 12 midnight.
So Raylene, you can't do midnight because we're doing a 5-minute buffer, and Donna said 11:57. So that your 12 a.m. guess spills over to her 11:57. So I need you to give me 11:52 or 12:05 or a different time.
Yep, you've got option or 12:02.
Or 12. You could theoretically do 12 too.
You could. Min click.
Min click.
Oh, 10s versus 8s already pre-flop, and we haven't even seen the other hands.
Yeah, it's gonna fall. Yeah, it's gonna be. This hand is just gonna play out the way it has. Snap call. And again, Gary's missed some spots earlier in the tournament. When he goes back and reviews it, and here's my commentary, he's gonna realize he missed a few spots. Still grinded though. I mean, he blasted a lot of players here. Katie picking up chips now, up to 41 big blinds now. 4, 8, 12. Yeah. So I didn't do the Asian math in my head, but I had to do it out loud. It was funny the other day. I was like, flight 1A, B, C, D. You know, I had to count it out on my hand.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah. Katie picking up chips, over 40 big blinds. Gary now eliminated from the last flight. Good game. Thank you for coming out to play this tournament. Okay, I hate to put you on the spot, Matt, but I've kind of talked about this. Any plans on doing a tournament series? I know we kind of briefly talked about it.
We have, and we've teased it, I think, a few times. Eric and I were mentioning it earlier. So I don't have dates nailed down.
Right.
Danielle and I still have to go through it, but a series is coming.
Yeah.
It's
let's
coming.
go!
So it's part of the discussion we had earlier about securing the hotel deals. So the poker house rate and trying to secure like a weekly rate to go with the nightly rate, because we want to, what's the proper term? I guess flirt.
Accommodate?
Or, yeah, maybe accommodate both a week-long series and see what that looks like,
Yeah,
and also script out what a 2-week series looks like.
I said like a 10-day series kind of thing. We got 17 all-ins pre-flop. We got a number of players on. I think Anil might just call here because he's getting priced in. I wouldn't blame him if he made the call. Yeah, he's getting it. He's getting it a relatively okay price to call. And again, if he loses here, he's still gonna have 7 big blinds or so, but can pick up much needed chips here. So we have 4 players all in.
I mean, I like all these hands.
I'll get back to the chat at the conclusion of this hand.
Yeah, we're absorbed into this right now.
Brian Kelly in the box now. I think this may be his first or second hand. Getting the chip counts correct, getting all the side pots correct. Let's hear the table talk. I like when in big spots like this. I like to hear the table talk.
Yep.
Let's hear it. I'm turning it up.
So Mark, you're gonna be in this one. You're in these two, and then you go in all three. Okay?
Brian doing a great job of getting all the chip counts inside.
Yes, he is.
Oh, who has what?
Ooh, a kneel.
And
He knocked it out with the club.
I
Look
told
at that.
you. So he in that scenario, he kind of it's like a mandatory call, even though it's going to be for a portion of a significant portion of his stack.
Right.
And you have you have suited hand with a suited queen. You're not drawing. Well, I mean, based off of the other hands, you're probably drawing dead.
Right.
Now we're going to have to put in, since 3 players were eliminated, we're going to have to bring in new players to this feature table. But there you go. Now Neil back up to about 30 big blinds, just about 35 big blinds.
Yep. Captain Underpairs, welcome to the chat.
Yeah. Cup's here. He's saying here.
Oh,
he's like
like he's in
physically.
the room?
He like drove from California to back to Fort Worth, dropped the truck off, got his
What?
car here. So
Look at that. That is some commitment. You're
Yeah.
going to drive from California to here just to play at Poker House.
DJ.
That's
Just kidding.
what I'm saying.
I'm just kidding, Cup.
We're making up our own scenario here.
Oh, great price. Well, yeah. Oh, do we have the payouts yet? Is that what Eric's working on?
I believe that's why he slipped out.
Yeah.
So he's working on that whole thing now.
So, actually, the answer to your question is going to be not yet, and I think there's a couple players here that that have already bagged once that are in a position to potentially double bag.
Right.
So, in terms of getting the prize pool, it won't be posted till either like late this evening,
Right.
or
really
11
early, but
yeah.
I can tell you though, we have every intention of putting out the prize pool before we leave here today.
Okay, so
So that is the goal. If that does not happen, it just means that we were on the verge of passing out.
yeah, because there's a double bag bonus, Jim, they have this formula on a spreadsheet.
Yes.
That plugs it in to where if somebody double bags, it automatically recalculates the prize pool. Then you guys have to. Do you guys have to manually input it to Poker Atlas?
So yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Okay, that's what I thought. X
Luckily,
plays-
though, taking the 10%, and we've already done it, so we know we're only going to have to take roughly 60 or so
Yeah.
people, a little bit less. So it's not the worst case that it could be, but it is time consuming.
Okay. J Doga. Uh-oh. I think Craig's just getting everyone acclimated. What we don't. I'm leaving before 7 a.m. It's like, I'm leaving before 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Now, a number of viewers in the chat, you heard Matt from they're potentially putting together a tournament series.
Oh, not potentially.
Yeah, and well, going to in terms of the actual specifics.
Yes.
Right.
We don't have details.
No details yet.
There's not even an outline.
Gotcha.
Yet. It's the kernel of an idea that we know we're going to pursue.
Right. So viewers in the chat, if you were to come play a tournament, they're over a 10-day, say 7 days, 10,
like
14 days, whatever, how many days, what would you like to see tournament-wise?
Yeah. So I already saw Mystery Bounty as one of the options.
I want to do a tag team.
I absolutely want to do a tag team.
Definitely have to have a mixed game on, whether that's horse or the games that you see in PVC, the
Right.
10-game PVC. Maybe pull out deuce to seven, no limit hold'em. Now,
You want to be my tag team partner?
I'm down.
That would be fun.
That would be super fun. Both players flopping a piece of this. Nesser with bottom pair, Tony with middle pair. Yeah, it's going to be check on the flop.
So we do have new players coming in. You can see them getting all situated.
It's going to be a check. I'd like to see Tony bet here on the turn. Could go for a
Donna, yes, a woman's turn.
neutral size
Absolutely.
bet. 15K, about 3/4 pot, just slightly under 3/4 pot, 70% pot. Like the bet size.
Yeah, for me, I can tell you that I'm really partial to doing a 6-max tourney.
Oh, I totally forgot about the 6-max
It's
tournament.
my favorite version of playing No Limit Hold'em. So 6-max to me is the way to go.
Ryan, you know, we've actually definitely. So Ryan,
Yeah.
thinking about. Here's the thing. There's not a lot of Dallas players. Well, that's not true. So we actually run a mixed game here on Tuesday, Thursday at 15:30. Last Tuesday we got three tables. 3 tables going.
This big game is building.
So I think maybe we could do like horse, or we could either do a triple draw tournament, like a 3-game mixed triple draw at WSOP, the $1,500 one. There was ace to 5, deuce to 7 in Badugi. I know we're capable of live streaming short deck. We did a test run 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that worked out pretty well. Definitely a women's tournament, a seniors tournament, because a lot of those older guys
I agree.
want to play at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
I would love to see a not a millionaire maker, but definitely a deep stack, really high buy-in
Yeah.
tournament on there.
Yeah, like a deep stack monster sack type tournament.
Right.
Yeah, tag team. What was
And I
another
don't
one?
know like what buy-in I would go with yet.
In terms of yeah,
But for that one, I mean, I'm thinking, upwards of like 2,100, 2,700.
I'm
So
good with that.
somewhere in that range where it's not extravagant, but it's big enough to probably exclude a significant portion of the player pool. But I think there is a segment of the population that is hungry for games like that.
Yeah, and then people can satellite in.
Right.
Right. I like that. So yesterday, luckily we haven't had too many hands on full. Obviously, we'll cut back to the action. Congress tournament.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, people are going to want to play PLO. So we definitely get a PLO.
I think a pineapple tournament. There's enough basic games.
Yeah.
To be fun.
So I was telling the chat, and I was telling Eric yesterday, there was a room out in San Antonio, Rounders, that put together, it was in the past year, to put conceptually 2 neat tournaments together.
Right.
Right. One was what's called an accumulator. Basically run a month-long tournament.
Sure.
Right. Multiple flights per week, whatever it is. And then on day 2, you combine all your bags.
Oh, wow.
Right. So it definitely incentivizes
So
you to
not
fight.
best bag.
Not best bag, just combine all your bags.
The accumulation.
So you can fight every single one, and if you make whatever top 10%, top 12% of each quote-unquote daily tournament or fight, what have you.
So logistically, that's a lot to keep up with.
Touche. I'm just saying conceptually it was pretty cool. I didn't go play.
I'm not out on it.
Yeah, so an accumulator, I would have to talk to somebody down there. I know a couple people that play and work down at Rounders. And then they had a Reviver tournament. So you can, kind of like here, you have a multi-bag tournament. And then the way it would work is you would actually start day 2 with your, strategically, you would want to start with your lowest chip stack. Because then if you bust, you can bring your biggest stack back in quote unquote Reviver. So I knew somebody, I didn't know them, but somebody was telling me a guy won first and second place because he like revived his chip stack.
There you go. Strategy involved. All right. Tony is drawn to an ace or a gut shot straight draw or a 10.
Oh, I like freeze outs, Nate.
Yeah.
See, are y'all coming up with neat ideas here? Katie with the best hand with a pair of 8s. I like the bet. Slightly over half pot. Making it look very value. He takes down this pot. 2 hands now won by Tony since moving to the feature table. Again, we have a few new players on this feature table. And seat 1, seat 2. You coming back? Oh, you need that.
Ooh, let's just move the coffee way out of the way.
Yeah, we don't want.
We already know it'll jump out and attack. There we go. We are passing off the goods. It's now out of our possession. All right. We're back at it.
Did you think you would enjoy being in the booth as much as you have?
No. I was trying to think of something witty. I have nothing. No, I did not. It's been refreshing, but also I think a large part of what I've enjoyed is the camaraderie of being able to bounce back and forth with you.
Yeah, it's fun.
So that's helped. But yeah, I did not think so.
I've always wanted to try because I thought it would have been kind of cool.
Right.
Say like my voice gets to be on the internet, right? Or on YouTube. And so when I volunteered, I played that first flight of the Summer Bash, busted. I was like, hey, is there a spot in the booth? Let me jump in there. And then, I commentated. And then as soon as I was done, like a bunch of you guys in management, a bunch of players are saying, hey, you sounded really good in the booth. Keep going.
You did sound good.
So I was like, I won't have to fire. I'm just going to just commentate the whole tournament. And
You're
now,
entertained.
6 weeks later or whatever, that was like late August, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so now you're essentially a full-time unpaid intern.
Yeah. Yahtzee. Katie with the best hand.
Yep.
Ace high with Jack. Out pipping Cleveland. I like that name, Cleveland.
I know.
Oh, actually, I don't know if that's his real name or if we're just wearing a Cleveland Cavaliers.
I mean, either way, it's
Yeah.
a great nickname if it's not a real name.
For those of you that have kind of been with us since we started streaming in the Summer Bash, I think that our progression has come along pretty well, all things considered.
Oh, yeah. And we can see where it's headed as well.
Right.
So seeing the blueprint of improvements, I think also just kind of builds on the excitement. It's his nickname.
Okay, that makes sense. The Neek says it's his nickname. Didn't know that. Check out the turnout we have here on cash tables. We have 11 tables going right now.
What?
7, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5.
Go.
Last night getting a 1, 2, 5 ROE table. That would be a fun table to get going on a regular basis.
Well, and I don't know if they have this one up and running yet, but I heard an entire table commenting on at some point later tonight they want to do a $1 to $5,000 minimum buy-in game.
the hell kind of game they're playing?
I don't know, but I thought that's going to be interesting. I wish we had that going on the stream.
Right?
But then I remembered how late this is going to be and how there's nobody that's going to even have the desire to stay and do it.
Nope. Maybe next week, though. I'd be down for it.
Well, yeah, if it takes off.
And I know, gosh, I need to talk to you about this. Daniel thought it was okay, and Eric thought he was on board, and we would have to promote it. Steve with Ace King taking down the pot here. Sorry we were too engrossed with the room itself.
How dare we?
Since next Sunday, Next Gen is not going to be streaming. They're going to be in California.
Costume party.
Yeah, having a costume party stream. What do y'all think about that? Would y'all tune into that?
I'm in.
Yeah.
What kind of costume are you going to wear?
You know what? I would play that one. We can make that a 1-2-500. Just a fun one, and I'll dress up. I don't know what I'm going to dress up as.
I've got options.
Oh.
I like dressing up.
And I think it would be kind of fun because I've said in the stream, unless it's a tournament, I'm not going to play a lot of these live streams right now, especially with the whole Garrett Adelstein and the Robbie, But I think for a costume party one where it's going to be a fun, I would definitely play that one.
In fact, I'm going to go a different direction with it. I think an employee-driven tag team event on the live stream in costumes.
Oh my gosh,
could be a lot of fun. So now that we just said it, like that to me would be.
And it doesn't have to be employee because I know Cup, he has his whole outfit. It's probably in his car right now.
How about an employee has to have a member as the team?
I like that.
One employee, one member.
I'm down with that. What do you think about that, chat?
There we go. Give us a thumbs up. If we get at least 5 people say they like it, we're going to put it together. We need
do it.
5 thumbs up. So just to recap, this is going to be potentially a Sunday night tournament. Doesn't have to be single table.
Yeah.
So we'll feature a table, but a tournament that is eligible for all employees. We don't know what the buy-in will be.
Yeah.
It's a costume tournament, so you must come in costume, and the employee must have a member on their team.
I like that.
A non-employee connected to an employee. And this will be the tag team event that we have been experimenting with. It'll be in that fashion.
Yep, I'm down with that.
Yep. So with mystery timer, the whole bit. I like it. That could be a lot of fun.
And then good luck and a shout out to the next gen boys. Now tomorrow there's going to be a rotation of us rotating in out of the booth. Some of the next gen guys that are going to help commentate the final table.
That'll be quality.
They will be in California next week. They're going to be hosting a meetup game, I believe next Sunday, which is when we're planning our costume party here. And then on the Sunday at the Hustler Live Casino, both Frankie and Jack will be playing 10, 20, 40
Oh, wow.
with Rosie in the booth.
What?
Yeah, is my understanding.
Okay. Now we're talking. I like that.
So give a shout out to those boys. Not even boys.
I know.
These young
I have to
men.
refrain. I keep saying kids.
Yeah,
and they're not kids.
These young men who will be playing that stream. Definitely tune into that. Like and so. Let's see how many. I wonder how many subscribers they're up to now. Okay.
All right. So we have 26 viewers right now currently watching the stream real time at this moment. I'm going to say that based on your silence in the chat, not one person has commented that the whole employee matched with a member tag team tournament Halloween costume event next Sunday is a dud. So we were hoping to get 5 quick people to give us the thumbs up. We were excited by it.
I think we should still do it. Forget the chat.
Oh, all right. Eddie's wanting to go rogue.
Steve can't know that he's in a good spot right here. Yeah, good full, disciplined full. A lot of players would snap off ace queen there.
I've also got a running conversation with
Tammy,
there, Tammy in the clutch. All right, so we're 20% in.
Tammy gets a shirt. You get a shirt. Everybody gets a shirt.
We just need 4 more.
How many?
So I've got a
subscribers
running
next year?
dialogue with Jennifer, so one of our massage therapists here.
Oh, okay.
We've been having this joke. I want to say
Jennifer,
yeah, for months now, of doing not just a Halloween event, but a onesie themed day.
Oh my gosh, that was so dope.
And she said it in passing as a joke, I think. And then I said, you know, I've actually now got a small collection of costume onesies because of my daughter.
That's so
And
great.
she looked at me and stopped. She goes, oh, you're not kidding. I said, no, I'm not kidding. She goes, so do I.
How about we do this? Okay.
Ooh, tag team with chat would be awesome, too, if it would be possible.
That would be cool.
Wait, how does that work?
Like players in the chat, like I could team up with like Cup, or I could team up with Poker Monkey.
Oh, man, I'm not that smart. Look,
Yeah.
you can tell I've already started nodding off on you.
I don't-
That's incredible. Tammy, I like it. If that's the idea, I think that's a great one.
Oh my God, she's right
She
too.
is right. All right. Tammy's bringing big facts. Okay, so she said, love the onesie idea, but it'd be so hot to deal in and play in.
I
You're
didn't even
not
think
lying.
about the because I was sweating a ton.
They do not breathe. Although I have one that, well, I better just be careful. Never mind. Yes, generally onesies do not breathe. They are incredibly uncomfortable in warm weather.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Oh, wait.
I think you.
Interesting. So Tammy's creating a nice little twist to it all.
Steve getting his turn bet through after turning top or ace with a pair of tens with an ace kicker. I think I'm gonna let the chat like. I don't know how soon or how soon or late I can get a costume, but maybe like if we do a couple cash games or something like that this week in Katie's game.
Yep.
I'm gonna let them pick my costume.
Well, if it's a onesie, I've got you covered.
I would do a onesie.
We're essentially the same size.
Contingent upon what the onesie is.
Let's see. I've got a Batman onesie. See, this is really pulling back at the curtain. So we're going to just go with the guys that it's because I have a child and a daughter.
They're not even mad at you, bro.
Real talk, I probably would have ended up in one of these even without the child.
Yeah. That's dope.
So we've got a Batman one. We've got a legit like suit of armor knight one.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
A unicorn. I'm not opposed to it for costume purposes.
I mean, it's
For
all
the
about the horn.
Oh, and look here, and Neil waking up with kings in the small blind. Gonna re-raise it. I like the late position raise from Cleveland, trying to make a move.
I've got a Chewbacca.
Season. He should make it like 35 to 40K. It's a small raise. Min clicks it. I don't like min clicks. They scare me.
Yeah.
They scare me. You could make.
They are unnerving.
Yeah. I'd rather hit like a guy rip it because then I know what I would be able to do. But a min click, I'm just like,
Yeah, what are you trying to convey here?
yeah, like I don't get it. It just throws me off. I like Cleveland making the move there. A lot of players, you know, in later position when it falls to them in the cutoff,
They feel
in the
compelled.
yeah, no, like I know some players don't make moves in late position. Like today, I tried to get 8-3 offsuit through on the button. Then I got re-raised, and of course I had the fold. But also I raised aces the same way that I did 8-3, and I got a guy to so I opened, he 3-bets, I 4-bet rip, and he actually like tank folds ace king.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
he thought I was just trying to steal like earlier. Tony with ace jack suited is gonna open. See what sizing he uses. Like the sizing, pretty standard
Yeah.
at this stage in the game. Again, you guys have heard me say, as the levels increase and blind levels increase, and as your stack depth decreases, you will normally see sizings in terms of opening and 3-bet sizings smaller.
All right, so Eddie is stepping out for just a moment. We've got an 8-9-7 flop. We can see a Neil has open-ended straight draw with a additional draw with the queen to a better straight. We have Nestor, who has flopped the underside of the straight with the club draw in the best position to take this hand down. We've watched him kind of roller coaster a bit with his stack. He's sitting firmly at the 144,000 right now, betting out 11,500. Tony connects with the ace. I don't know that that's going to change a whole lot. However, if Tony is calling here, and he did previously, I'm guessing then this ace had to be what he was hoping for. Just probably wishing for not the ace of club to come out. And we can see a Neil. He's open-ended. The ace is probably a bit of a scare card, but if he calls, he's really just searching for the straight. So he's not thinking that hitting a pair is going to be good here. But now that we see him cut chips out of his stack, I'm starting to suspect that this is either just going to be a straight fold or he's posturing for a call. Yep. All right, to the river. Three-way. We pair up the 8. No change. We see that Nestor straight is good enough for the check mark. Depending on how he sizes this bet, 150,000 in the pot, I'd probably make the bet around 40,000. Yeah, I completely agree. So just sized enough to see if you can get the ace to come in, make a little bit of a loose call with some showdown value. And I say loose call, but I mean, the way this hand played and the way the texture is on this board, it is a wet board. However, I can see a call being justified here. The way the ace-jack played this hand, you hit what you were hoping to hit. You dodged another club. And at this point, he stuck with his read all the way down to the end. It did not work in his favor. But I don't fault him for the read. I can see how he got to that conclusion. Nonetheless, Nestor takes the check mark. Small side of the straight takes the win. Thank goodness for Tammy in the chat. I think everyone else has potentially left us to go do other things while they listen or watch. if you're listening right now or you're watching this right now and you played Danielle's birthday bash and you bagged, give us an update on how much your bag was. Eddie's coming back into the booth. So he's going to be behind for a minute, playing catch up, getting his stuff on.
All right.
It was an open-ended comment of if you're watching right now or listening and you have played Danielle's birthday bash in any of the flights and you bagged, I'm just posing it out there and fishing for some contribution here. How much did you bag?
I bagged 157K, snuck in, grinded a small stack.
There it is.
So
Good enough for min cash.
I'll take that.
Ooh,
Nice bag, Mark.
My goodness. Congrats. Mark comes back and says his bag is 770,000.
Good deal.
Extremely healthy stack. That's probably going to put you in the top 10, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Yeah.
So we will have a few more hands at this level. And again, we will be ending the stream and starting a new stream for the last back half of Flight 1F, the last flight of Daniel's 150K birthday bash. Again, I think we should have the total number of players. I think, how many was it?
Yeah.
62.
I mean, I think the easy math is take the total divided by what went into the prize pool.
That's, gosh, Matt's so smart.
It's, man,
That
pointing
was-
out the obvious stuff is what
That was
I
an
do well.
Asian math comment that I should have come up with.
I believe that's where we're at. Is
Five-
that-
550
no, that's incorrect. Hang on. So,
So you would do
242.
520 divided by 430.
Yeah. 564.
So I had a total number of entries of 564 entries.
This is actually, and we discovered it's wrong because we did have an out-of-town player that Venmo'd his
yeah.
buy-in to Eric.
So it's in 243.
So, and he made it in, but I think the 130 is supposed to be 131 because I believe that player is in.
So 243 is the number.
But for some reason, it did not take it. So he did get a seat in.
Okay.
So we're not sure. Eric did not believe that this was right. He thought it was off by 500.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So in fact, I think the prize pool might be 243.
Got
So
it.
we'll have to double check.
All right. So again, when we come back, we're playing a game. We're trying to figure out what time this flight will end. I'll come back at the start of the next stream and go over those guest times again. Come back in. I don't even know if I said that grammatically correct. Whatever.
That's all right.
Come back again for this last back half, the last flight of Danielle's 150K birthday bash.
Yeah, you've held on this long. Don't miss out now.
Yeah, so
End of the day action coming
be
up
back,
next.
Yeah, in the next 15 minutes or so.